Yeah, I'll be feeling that one in the morning.
Our faces collided.
Is there a cleric in the house?
Get lost, you mushroomy git.
Previously on Nameless. So the team were found busying themselves around the HQ between missions, as is their wont. Some were using the garden to create supplies for upcoming missions, others were training, and as always, Endo was found in the kitchen. Tide was still investigating their curse, searching the post for adverts from the psychic who cursed them. And while Tide was at the door, they were greeted by a mysterious, well-dressed woman who wanted to speak with Talisker. Tide and Gideon obviously hung around, trying to figure out what was going on and eavesdrop on the conversation. And we overheard that this woman was offering a job paying 800 gold per member of Nameless. Out of a sense of I don't know what, Gideon decided that she would step forward and attempt to take over the negotiations, hearing about the 800 gold, which Talisker was not very happy with. Gideon was able to ascertain that the woman worked for a powerful wizard who had detected a mysterious flying beast in the Thunder Peak Mountains near the fishing town of Fulton and wanted the beast killed and its body returned to him. The woman advised that Nameless were not the only group hired for this job, and that in fact they would be up against their most recent nemesis from the snowball fight, the former Daggerford adventuring group, and so wanted to ensure that Nameless were up to the task and to meet the team. Trying to put our best foot forward, Gideon called members of the guild into the office, but tried to keep Endo away, using Oinkfat and Tathra to try and placate Endo. This was ultimately failed and was to no benefit because during the introductions, Blaze missed the social cues and asked why Endo was not included, leaving Gideon rightfully flustered and Talisker to take back control of the meeting and vouch for Endo's use and need within the team. After finalising the details, the group set off on the 25-day journey. Was that right? Was it 25 days? I thought it was like 3. I didn't make great notes the last session. Side note. On the very long journey to Thunder Peak, the team bonded on the journey, with everyone getting to know Blaze better, who is still quite new to the guild, and Tide continued to torment the cart driver with minor illusioned potholes in the road. The team were forced to stop in Subar, and so took to a rundown tavern for entertainment. Blaze managed to sexually intimidate a pair of twins who were constantly wary of him for the rest of the evening. Tide set up shop reading the fortunes of a number of locals. I think Gideon did something to try and make Tide look a bit more impressive. And Blaze and Endo had an arm wrestle with Endo the victor, but in a very close, well-fought competition. After an uneventful night, the team continued on their way and made it as far as the Golden Mountains, where they again found a tavern, the Watchful Eye. This tavern was quite run down, and Gideon had a run-in with the owner, who was a drow elf, and didn't seem to like that Gideon was a half-elf, and the group left. Thankfully, the town also had a secure temple dedicated to Helm that appeared to be filled with well-armoured priests. Durmire and Endo spoke with a member of the temple and were able to secure lodgings for the night. Once settled in the temple, Tide was also able to find a healer and discussed a cure for their curse. And after performing a cleansing ritual, Tide was finally cleared of their curse, leaving them much happier than they'd been in some time and able to actually think of things other than the curse for the first time in a long time. Once the team had settled in for the night and begun falling asleep, Gideon snuck out and disguised herself as a drow before returning to the tavern. Inside, Gideon was able to fool the owner and proceeded to drink with them while flirting and growing close, to the point that the drow invited Gideon to spend the night. At which point Gideon said no, because you're a big racist, and dropped her disguise, verbally abused the drow woman and trashed the tavern before sneaking back into the temple and falling asleep, very happy with herself. And that's what you missed on Nameless.
Yeah, so you rest in the temple. It is well guarded, and although you are kind of on your bedrolls on the floor, you manage to get some comfortable sleep. As dawn kind of just breaks over the horizon, the temple doors are kind of being hammered on very loudly, with kind of gruff voices from the outside, like, "Open up! Open the door! In the name of the law, open this door!" One of the kind of priests that you'd seen the day before kind of rushes past, and he's like, "Oh, what on earth? What's happening? What?" And kind of rushes towards the door, opening it up as around 6 or 7 kind of well-armoured, kind of full plate armour elves come kind of storming in, kind of stop just in front of the priest, who is kind of holding his hands up like, we don't want any trouble. What on earth brings you here? The kind of guards kind of look at the priest, kind of settle down a little bit. They were looking quite intimidating before, realizing that they're in a place of worship. They kind of like restrain themselves a little, and they're like, "We're looking for a half-elf. Came here with some adventuring crew. The woman at the tavern pointed us in this direction." By this point, all of you guys, I assume, would have awoken with the noise. As you're kind of stirring, the priest kind of gestures towards you, as you are the only adventuring group that has come through recently. It's like, these are the only people who took shelter here. Immediately, the guards kind of storm past, rush over to where Duramaya is kind of just like starting to stir, just starting to kind of open his eyes. 2 of them grab him and lift him up and start pulling him away.
I was just going to say, when I heard we're looking for a half elf, I think Gideon would have I would have pulled my hood up and like tried to hide a bit.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Endo loses. Sorry, go on, Hugh.
You go.
No, you were talking first.
I was like, whoa, what's going on? What's all this?
Do not get involved, citizen. We are here because this man here is wanted in our lands, and we will take him back.
Can we at least know his charges?
They kind of like look at each other, and then through the kind of guards, a kind of smallish human female kind of like pushes her way through to the front, kind of like smiles, and she's like, I think I can explain. I've been sent here by Talaskar. She wants me to fill in. Apparently, he's wanted for some thefts in his homeland.
I'm just still from I think I'm trying to hide behind Endo now, and I'm just gonna go. And that's the only half elf you're looking for, right?
The kind of like the young human woman kind of like shrugs and looks at the guards, and the guards are like, "Yes, we only came for him. Why? Have others been causing problems here?"
Oh, no.
Yes, there's a whole guild. I think some of them are half-elves, and they're causing mischief all the way from here to the Thunderpeak Mountains.
A guild?
Yes. The Daggerford Adventuring Guild, have you heard of them? They're not very famous. You've probably not heard of them. I'd be surprised if you'd heard of them, but you should. They're mischief makers.
Terrible, terrible they are. Absolutely terrible.
Can you both roll deception, please? Okay, yeah. So they kind of like, the two that are holding onto Jeremiah start kind of pulling him out as if they're heading away. But one of the guards stays stood next to the human girl. He's like, whoa, so what have they been doing that's been causing so much trouble? We haven't heard any, on our travels, we haven't heard anything of them. Only of this Nameless guild, which I trust is you people.
Yes. That's us, but they're the bad ones generally. Maybe Doramir can help you find them and then get off on good behaviour.
I don't think so. We've been searching for this criminal for a long time. The higher ups in our society would like to see him pay for his crimes. I'm surprised.
Ender's losing his mind. Like, he don't know what to do. And he stood there with like Gideon behind him, and he's just, the more he sees them rough handle Jeremiah, the more angry Ender is getting. And he's got tunnel vision. He's not looking at anything except these two guys like ragging on him and dragging him out of the room. And he just starts to get into a sumo stance to charge. And he's just like, his face is all screwed up and very angry. And he's like, let go of my friend.
Well, walking over to Ender, I'll put my hand on his shoulder and be like, then look at the woman and be like, you said Taliskar sent you. What is your name?
Yep. So the woman kind of like steps forward, puts her hand out, and she's like, I'm Isla. Nice to meet you.
This seems very unexpected and crazy. Can you tell us some information about Taliskar, just so that we know that you are who you say you are, that you are telling the truth? How do we know that you're just not making this up to make us hand over our compatriot?
Well, and she kind of rummages in her bag and pulls out a scroll and hands it to you. She's like, she sent me with this. And I've worked for Nameless before, but not with any of you, I don't think. Though the white-haired elf, she reported on what I'd done before. Is she not with you anymore?
You knew Aedri?
Yes, she followed us on our last adventure and reported, like she was a teacher or something, reporting on her students. She was very talented, from what I heard.
Once Ender hears her name, he just like immediately just wilts. Like, he's not aggressive. Well, he's still upset and confused, but he immediately just wilts and he doesn't know what to say or do. He's just very sad.
I'm surprised she's not with you.
She died.
Oh.
That's why I'm here.
She kind of like, as you say, she died, like her face kind of drops and she looks very genuinely sympathetic. And then like, as please, she's not reading those social cues again. Kind of pops up with, like, that's why I'm here. She's like, yeah, right. Okay.
Okay, well, look, guys, and I'll hand over the scroll to Tide. This looks pretty legit. If Taliskar's given this the green light, Jeremiah, I think we're just gonna, once they take that gag off you, we'll get this sorted and we'll come and find you.
Ender won't leave you.
Well, we'll come and find you.
Yeah.
I think we're going to leave you now, because this is a Talisker, and if we don't do this other job, Daggerford Guild will, those rascals who are causing all this drama, will beat us.
Yes. Well, from speaking with Talisker, she said that this is an incredibly important job and worth quite a bit. She didn't actually clarify how much it was worth, though.
Yeah, 300 gold each.
Oh, I thought. No, I think you might be wrong. I think it was maybe 250.
Both of you roll deception. Just inside that.
It's a good job.
Come on! I've got a +7 and I keep rolling terribly.
Okay, so she kind of
-1 and I
yeah.
still got it.
So like Isla kind of like looks at Gideon as Gideon tries to lower the price even more, and she's like, "Yeah, that's not really gonna work." So 300, you said each.
Yeah, I mean this is only my second job, but if they all pay this well, this is a great place to be.
Well, Talisker basically said that this is too good an opportunity to miss, and if Duramaya's crimes have caught up with him, then that's his issue and not Nameless's. She sounded quite mad, actually, that the law had been brought into it.
So there's 2 guards that have took him away. Is there still one guard next to the human?
So basically 2 guards kind of came in, grabbed him and took him, and 2 more followed them out. So there's 4 kind of on the way out of the building with Duramaya kind of in between them, and there is 1 guard stood next to Isla.
Endo literally walks up to the guard that stood next to Isla, all 392 pounds of his chonk, and he gets real close to him. And he points his finger right in the elf's face. And he turns around and he says, "If you hurt 1 hair on Duramaya's head, I will rip all of yours off."
The guard kind of, a little bit to people's surprise, does not even flinch, does not back down. He stays stood exactly as he is. Stares, looks at Endo. He's like, "It is not my intention to hurt him. It's my intention to bring him to face the law. Your friend is not what you thought he was. He's a thief. He's stolen from many people."
I don't believe you.
Well, that's...
He did not take your money, Blaze. He is not a thief.
To have any.
He kind of like the guard kind of rummages in his kind of like pouch that he's got at his side and hands you basically what is a wanted poster that has Duramaya's picture on there and kind of details of various items that he has stolen from high elven houses.
Yeah, as soon as he gets that, Endo snatches it and he just walks over to Tide straight away. He's like, "Tide, look, it's Duramaya. What does it say? Did he do this?"
I mean, the man can't find a book in his own house. And like, open up the scroll. And I'm not great at reading. Can I read this?
You could probably read better than Endo.
Yeah, you can definitely read better than Endo. I would assume that it is basic. Like, it's not very intricate. It is just in common and literally just says wanted, details some of the crimes, some kind of jewelry and things that were missing from these houses, and then has Duramaya's picture and name underneath it.
And some of these bits of jewellery look great on me. I can't believe he's never offered them out. Yeah, I think he did it.
Oh no! But he would not do that. He's our friend.
I mean, I don't think he stole from us. I don't see any of my stuff on here. Can I do a quick, can I cast my mind back and think if anything's gone missing?
History check.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, I guess it would be like a history check. You're trying to remember, right? So
close to a nat 20.
yeah, so you kind of like look at you thinking, hang on, oh, those few coins, I don't remember those going. Like, did they go? But you cannot categorically think of a time where something really obvious has gone missing from either yourself or your room in the guild.
I don't know, dude. We all have a past, right? I mean, maybe he changed. He certainly doesn't strike me as a world-class thief anymore. What do you think, Gideon? And Gideon, the front legs. Assuming you're not still hiding in the...
No, I think I'm. When it's clear that Jeremiah is the only half elf thereafter, I think I'm probably like leaning round the side of Endo now. I don't know, but I don't know. I mean, what do we know about each other, really? We're just people who go on missions together, and we don't know who he was before he was part of Nameless. I don't know that we should get involved. I think we should concentrate on the mission, and then Talisker will help. She won't help. Talisker will know more about it when we get back.
Hold tight, buddy. We'll come and get you at some point.
Yeah.
So like picking up on the social cues that the group is giving off, Endo's eventually getting to the point where he's realizing, well, all right, this is official. It's not some dodginess. So he stood there, all big chunkiness of him, and he just puts one of his hands up, like with his fingers like all crooked and not properly straight, and he just like waves at Duramier as he's being dragged away.
Yeah. So like. The guards by this point have kind of got him outside. They've kind of tied his hands, and they're kind of like walking him out. They're not like dragging him like along the floor or anything. And they kind of put him into a cart, and the guard that is beside Isla kind of like just nods and is like, "Well, I'll take my leave then. We'll keep an eye out for this Daggerford adventuring group. Did you say?"
Yes.
Formerly Daggerford.
So what are they now?
I don't know, the wannabe Daggerford group, because that's us.
I think they're more commonly known as the little shits, but I'm not 100% sure. Maybe that's how you should address them when you find them. Can I brace and see if I take any psychic damage?
Yeah. So you kind of like, you say it, wince a little bit in like, almost in like preparation for it, and nothing happens.
Well.
The guard kind of looks quizzical, though, kind of raises an eyebrow and is like, well, I've got what I came here for, so good day to you all. Stay out of trouble. And kind of spins and walks out. And you can hear the cart kind of, that they've loaded Duramier in, start to leave the town along the road.
Well, that was definitely not how I expected to wake up.
Mm-hmm.
Our rooms do have good locks, don't they?
Our rooms?
Yeah, back at the headquarters, because I'm gonna add a new lock when we get back. I'm
pretty sure he's not stolen anything from us. I mean, he snooped around a couple of times, but mainly to find that book. I don't think he ever took anything else.
Well, you say tomato, I say Miss Thief. I'm putting another lock.
Endo's just sad. He just looks really glum. Like his whole world's just turned upside down. Obviously, the reference to Audrey as well has not helped him at all right now. He's very emotional.
So, if you're here to replace Jeremiah, what's your deal? Like, what do you do? I mean,
well,
what do you do?
I don't steal from my friends, so that's a bonus, right?
So you can
Jeremiah did not
then.
steal.
That's not what they wanted. But anyway, I'm better at range, and she kind of like reaches back and taps the bow that she's got on her back. apparently he was good at that. I just want to get paid, to be honest.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, he was more of a ranged guy. We've got the big boys up front, right? Blaze and
Yes. A soul.
Endo's just sad and his head's just dropped. So Blaze is obviously stood next to him, like chest beating, and Endo's just like, ooh.
I'm sure your friend's gonna be okay. I travelled with them here, and they didn't say he was gonna like get hung or anything. I think it's just
What you mean, hung?
no, they didn't say that. They just maybe some prison time or just lose a hand or something. You know.
What?
Maybe just one little tip. Don't try not to alarm Endo. He's quite easily alarmed.
So they're gonna hang him and chop off his hand?
No, Endo. I think
No.
sometimes these things. There's just like fines, or you have to do like a bit of community service, like that kind of thing. He'll just be gone for a little while, and then he'll be back with his all of his hands, both of his hands.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah. Community service. He probably just has to like paint their houses or something.
Yeah, just like make up for the stuff that he's done.
Oh,
All the thefts.
okay. I
Just
still
give
don't know
Isla
about
a
it.
look.
She kind of like winces a little, and she's like, I mean, all the misunderstandings.
Right.
Yeah, because I don't think he stole. He was a nice person.
I mean, nice people steal sometimes.
Endo never steals, and Endo is nice.
Maybe he was stealing to feed the hungry. She kind
That
of like
makes
looks
sense.
at Gideon like kind of like shrugging, like she's trying to making this shit up on the spot, basically.
Like, yeah,
I'm like nodding encouragingly.
Yeah,
as soon as she says about like feeding the homeless or something like that, immediately Endo's brain just like accepts that. He's like blindly just accepts that, and he's just like, that makes sense. Toromaya was a nice person. So he wanders off to get his kit ready, and as he's wandering off, he's just jabbering to himself. He's like, he would not steal for bad reasons. He obviously stole to help people. That's what it is. And that's what Endo's gonna believe. Like Robin Hood.
I'm just, as soon as Endo walks away, I'm just gonna like get a bit closer to Isla so that I don't have to talk as loud. And I'm just gonna be like, yeah, just as Endo's got quite a simplistic way of looking at the world, and it can be quite easy to confuse him. So we just try and, don't make things too hard to explain. Don't be too complicated, that kind of thing. But I mean, he's really handy in a fight, and he's a good guy. But just so you kind of know.
she kind of like watches Endo as he's kind of like muttering to himself as he's packing his bag up and stuff. She's like, yeah, keep it simple. I get it.
Yeah.
She kind of just
You'd overhear Endo just talking to a ladle. And he'd be calling it Clive. And he'd just be like, I know Clive, I don't think he did it. I don't think he did. Come on, we're off on our adventure. I'll get you in your little bag. There we go.
she kind of like Isla kind of looks as if she's gonna like turns to look at Gideon, looks as if she's gonna say something, and then just kind of shuts her mouth and raises an eyebrow, like, huh?
Yeah, that's the right reaction. We don't ask too many questions. We just let him be.
Right. Oh, okay. Well, I'm ready when you guys are. By the way, we stopped by the inn. Have you? I guess that's why you didn't stay there. It's absolutely trashed.
Yeah, it was a shithole.
Yes, not a nice place.
Like, it's been utterly destroyed. Like, I stuff everywhere. All the tables are broken.
Oh, it wasn't that bad when we saw it.
Yeah, Jesus.
It looks like there's been one hell of a fight going on in town. We kind of thought maybe you guys were involved.
No, definitely not us.
We were in here. They had us locked in pretty tight.
Oh. Well, I don't know, but the owner looked not happy this morning when she was clearing up. So maybe avoid it?
I mean, yeah, we had every intention of, I think, right?
Yes, very wise, very wise. Gideon looks shifty as
I was
very
going to
shifty, by the way.
That's fudge. Shifty as fudge.
I was going to say, I feel like Isla's kind of like looking at Gideon like, Right, well, I'm ready when you guys are.
Yeah, let's go.
And already.
Do you guys have a
Where's-
car or?
We do. I was about to say, where is Cardi McCart driver?
Oh yeah, where's Grumpy Cart then?
Did he not say he was going to sleep with the cat outside?
Yeah, let's go and look for the cart. And I hope he's there.
Sorry, is his name Grumpy? Is that his name?
Oh, I don't know his name, but that's just kind of how he is.
Oh. Okay.
He likes silence and doesn't like potholes.
Right. Yeah. I was kind of just trying to take all of this in, just like being bombarded by bizarreness since she stepped in here. Just like, right, yeah. But there was a stable just as we came into town. Maybe it's there? Maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Shall we
that
go?
seems logical. We should go there and avoid the tavern, like you said. Definitely don't go near that inn.
Did you... So... I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name. And Isla kind of turns to look at Gideon, like, square in the eyes. She's like, so what was your name again?
Oh, very rude of me. Sorry, I'm Gideon.
Hi, Isla. Do you know something about the tavern? Because I don't know if anybody else has noticed this, but you seem really, really dodgy about it. I'm going to just call it like I see it.
Well, I mean, she wasn't very nice to me yesterday, and I think, people... I'm just going to say it like I see it as well, and I think that actually she was a little bit racist towards me.
Oh. Wow, okay. That's horrible. I'm really sorry that you had to put up with that. But you didn't have anything to do with the destroying of the tavern, though, right?
No, of course not.
Roll deception.
Stop it. Come on.
Oh, her insight is terrible.
Your roll's
Yes.
appropriate, by the way, Lynn.
Yeah, it's fine for her. It's okay. Yeah, so she's like, oh, okay. Well, I mean, I wouldn't have blamed you if you had gone in there and trashed the place, to be honest. That's what she deserves if she's being rude like that.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, but you can't reason with these people, can you? You can't, you might feel better in the moment, but I guess ultimately it's not worth it.
Yeah, better not to lower yourself to that kind of standard, Stay above it.
Yeah.
Alec kind of like nods and then turns to look at everybody else and kind of waiting for the cue for them to leave rather than her just leading the way.
Okay, let's go. Tight swinging his hands kind of forward, making everyone else go first.
And don't go in. You don't need to push tight.
Oh, no pushing, just gesturing. Go, let's go. Come on, let's go.
I'm gonna put my hood up so that I'm a little bit in disguise.
Okay.
You have a 300-pound sumo stood next to you. You are not in disguise.
Fair point.
Yeah. So as you kind of leave the temple, you're kind of leaving just as other priests and things are kind of getting up and starting to go about their daily business. They kind of like, a couple of them nod at you as you're leaving. As you step out onto the main street and kind of start heading towards where the stable was, or where you remember the stables were, it's not particularly busy this early in the morning. There's a few kind of carts already getting loaded up with straw and things like that are going to the nearby farms. And you do pass the inn where there is a drow woman who is kind of trying to stay as much in the shade as she can as she's trying to start to clean up this mess that is being made. She currently has not noticed you as you head down the street.
I'm just gonna keep walking. I'm not gonna draw any attention to myself.
Okay.
What a mess. I'm pointing. Very obviously.
Okay, yeah. So you're kind of I assume you're pointing towards the end, going, "Oh, what a mess!" Like quite loudly, yeah.
Look at it. I'm like excitedly pointing at all of the destroyed things.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna
go on.
I'm gonna cast Misty Step and try and disappear somewhere.
Okay, yeah. Where are you misty stepping to? Like
Literally just like around the corner of a building, or like anywhere that I think she would, as far away as I can get, that I think she wouldn't be able to see me.
Okay, yeah. So as you kind of, because the inn is kind of like just across the road from where the stables were and everything like that. So you kind of misty step kind of round the corner, almost like into the stable. So you're just round the corner, so she can't kind of see you unless she literally walked over and looked around the corner of the stables. As Tide is pointing, going, "Oh, what a mess!" As she turns to look at them, and she's like, "Yes, it is a mess, isn't it? I wonder who could have done that. Where's your little vandal friend this morning, eh?"
Oh,
Who?
the police came and took him already.
Took him? Him? I mean the little one, the little half elf.
Yeah, they took the half elf this morning.
What, the little girl? They took her, did they? I saw them with a man.
I mean, elves are all a bit fluidy looking, aren't they?
Well, just to let you know, I have informed the guards of the town, and they are on the lookout for your friend. Seems like you're just a whole bunch of criminals to me.
The
Endo
prices
just-
in your pub were criminal.
Endo just stares at her and he's like, "Endo is not a criminal."
Well, perhaps you should check on your friends, because your little dark-haired friend came here last night and did all this. And she kind of gestures at the just chaos that is in the tavern.
Endo squints his eyes, looks straight at her and goes, "I don't believe you."
Well, I don't much care whether you believe me or not. The guards do.
Well, if they touch my friend, I will rip their arms and legs off.
That's quite a serious threat there, young man. I'll let them know about that as well. And she kind of gives you a smirk.
Endo just nods. He's not having anybody messing with his friends.
She kind of goes back to clearing up. Gideon, as you kind of misty step into the stable, you would see that Grumpy is there with the cart. He's kind of just getting it ready, getting the horse kind of tethered up to it as you appear in the stable. And he's like, "Oh, hello, all right. Maybe don't do that in future.
Sorry, didn't mean to make you jump. Just small question. Have you? Are there any like other clothes? Anything? Do you fancy like maybe trying my cloak out? Have you? Maybe I could try on like your jacket or something.
Why, in the name of all the gods, would I want to try on your clothes and give you mine? Why would I do that? Look,
Well,
you're tiny. How would it even fit?
Well, the cloak's quite big and it's quite good. You see, it's something you and I have in common, I think, is that we don't like people asking us inane questions or chatting too much. And the cloak's quite good for keeping people away because you can kind of put the hood up and, just disappear into it and that kind of thing. So I thought maybe you could try it and then maybe none of the rest of my friends might bother you as much when we're on the road.
Well, it doesn't seem to work for you, does it? They talk to you all the time.
Well, yeah, but I've kind of accepted that they have to, because we like live together and stuff. But, that would be different for you.
Yeah. You know how you said that we don't like people talking to us?
Yeah, I'm talking too much, aren't I?
Yeah, way too much.
Yeah.
Just get on the cart.
Okay, and I'm gonna take my cloak off, fold it up, and shove it in my bag of holding. I'm going to take my circlet thing off my head that makes my eyes go black and shove that in the bag of holding. And then I am going to cast Disguise Self on myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to make myself appear a foot taller than I am. I'm going to make myself look human. And like a tall human with like red hair, longer hair than Gideon's, freckles, and like change the colour of my clothes so that I'm not all dressed in black.
Okay, yeah.
And then I'm gonna get in the car.
The driver kind of watches this with. He's not like surprised, like in shock or anything. He's just more like quizzical, and then kind of just shakes his head, just like, it's none of my business. It's none of my business, and just climbs up, ready to drive the cart.
Like, yeah, that's right. No talking. No talking.
Yeah, Endo gets in the cart. He just turns and looks at this imposter, and he's just like double takes, and he's like, "Wait, who are you? What are you doing in here?"
It's me, Gideon, but don't tell anyone.
So Endo leans in, right close, with his eyes right squinted up, and he's like, "Gideon? That's not you. What's happened?"
It's just a magical accident. It'll wear off in an hour. Don't worry. Don't tell anyone.
Oh my god, magics. So he like scooches his butt a little bit further away from me. He's like, okay, magic peoples, magic things.
Yeah, Alec kind of comes along, kind of jumps up into the cart, does a bit of a double take, looks at Endo and sees that he's just kind of sat down, not questioning it, so just sits down as well. She's like, okay.
Yeah, Tidal slowly approach this car and just like narrow their eyes at not Gideon. Hello, new person. You seem to have made friends with us very quickly. Where's our friend?
Ty, just get in the car. It's Gideon.
I mean, I got that, but we could have played along. I get in the car.
Being within earshot, I heard all that, so I was like, this is a batshit crazy morning. Alright, we got everything. We're good. Everyone, Isla Grumpy, Grumpy Isla.
Hi, nice to meet you. And he's like, whatever. She's like, oh, okay, yeah, I see where he got the name.
Yep.
Thunder Peak, here we come. On the road again.
Oh, in the road again. Can I just very quickly, minor illusion, a name badge on Gideon that just says Little Human Servant Girl.
Yes. So Grumpy kind of, which is now his name, kind of like whips up the horse, kind of you set off out. As the cart is leaving, anybody that looks towards the tavern would see that the drowned woman is staring daggers at everybody on the cart, and obviously kind of searching the cart to see if she can see Gideon anywhere, but she cannot. As you kind of leave the little town and start heading back on the road, back between the Thunder Peak Mountains. Grumpy is doing his usual. He's pretty much just focused only on the driving, kind of doesn't really turn around, doesn't pay any attention, just carries on. Isla is kind of trying to make idle conversation, and she's like, oh, well, so, been together long, have you all?
I'm new.
Yeah, we like him though. We think you're going to fit right in, don't we, Glaze? And I'd like try and punch you on the shoulder.
We sure are, Furball.
Yep, that's me.
Endo just gives Tide a little pat on the head, like stroking a cat.
Right. Okay. So you're the replacement for Airdrie then?
Would seem so. Yep, I'm the new muscle, new enforcer.
I can see why. And who's your human friend here?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh. Are we out of town now?
Yeah, you're out of town, back on the road.
Okay, I'm gonna. Oh, actually, I don't know if you can drop disguise self because I don't think it's concentration. Hang on. No, it's not. So it just lasts for an hour. I'm like, well, you remember earlier when you told Gideon that you wouldn't really blame her if she had smashed up that inn?
Yeah. You smashed up the inn, didn't you?
Maybe just a little.
Quite a lot, to be honest.
Yeah, well, all powerful sorcerer. Sometimes these things just get out of hand.
That was you, little one? I'm impressed. That was good work.
Well, you haven't seen me in actual combat yet that doesn't involve snowballs.
Endo's looking at you quite perplexed and quite concerned.
I have a few questions. So, sorry. What do you mean snowballs?
Oh, we just had a little run-in with this other adventuring guild back home. It kind of had a snowball fight.
Oh. See, when I worked for Nameless, we fought a dragon. Yeah.
Did you though? I heard that story. Did you fight a dragon?
Well, we encountered a dragon and we started to fight it and then realised that wasn't the wisest decision that we would have ever made.
I mean, we could fight a dragon. Right, guys?
Endo once killed a dragon.
I'd love to fight a dragon.
What? You killed a dragon, Endo?
Look. And he turns around and he pulls out this green dragon scale from his inventory and just slaps it on his lap.
Can I roll insight?
You can, but I will tell you that you would remember that he got that from Happy Drax's Funhouse when he was bursting the
I was
balloons.
thinking, is it that thing from the mirror? I thought, no, surely Endo wouldn't. I'm rolling inside regardless. I've forgotten this in real life.
Okay, yeah.
13.
And do
Yeah.
you want to
He
roll
would
deception
no,
or are you
no,
giving up?
He would notice that Endo's got a cheeky little grin on the corners of his mouth.
Wow, Endo's first lie. I'm so proud.
I
I'm
having
so
a
proud.
joke.
Look how much he's grown, guys.
Endo looks around at his size, like really confused. Like, Endo, same size. What are you talking about?
You've grown inside, not in a weird way. Let's carry on.
How can you see my insides tight?
I'm magical, and I cast thaumaturgy, and my eyes grow bright white.
Okay, I go and put my dragon scale away. Sorry, I was just having a joke.
No, I likes it. I likes it.
I was kind of just sat back watching all this, just like, right, okay. Well, hopefully there's no dragons on this one.
Well, there is something big and flying around the mountain. So, we could be lucky.
So as you kind of chatting amongst yourselves, Grumpy kind of turns and he's like, ah, there it is, Falton. And he kind of gestures ahead. And as you kind of just come over a slight kind of hill, you can see a small village not far away. That looks like that.
Oh, Falcon.
Falton.
Oh, yeah.
That's where you're going to.
Longest 25 days ever.
Yes, the longest 25 days ever of my life. As you're kind of making your way there, it looks it's quite a small kind of fishing village. All of the buildings are a bit kind of ramshackle. But even from kind of a couple of hours out of the town that you are on the cart now, you can see this immense kind of black scar that seems to be running through a part of the town, as if fire has kind of swept through it in a straight line. And from the distance that you are, you can see that many of the straw roofs are kind of blackened by soot or like half burnt down. Grumpy kind of like pauses the horse a little bit, as if he wasn't expecting to see it like that. Kind of like, oh, well, that doesn't look good, and then starts the horse off again.
I'm going to lean over to Isla and be like, looks like maybe you could get to fight a dragon again.
Yeah, hopefully it'll go better than last time.
What happened last time?
I mean, we would have died. We had to kind of talk our way out of it and run away, really, honestly. Yeah, we mainly just ran away.
How can you talk to a dragon?
They can speak if you can speak the right language.
Can they?
No, they kind of just nods.
They're very smart, my big man.
Incredibly
Very smart.
intelligent.
I did not know that.
Well, now you know. Can you speak dragon?
No, I can speak giant, I can speak dwarf, and I can speak orc.
Well, I'm sure they're handy too, if we come up against any giants.
But I
Also-
only know small phrases and some words. So I know when to duck in a battle.
Hearing that, Laser then turn to Endo and start speaking to him in Orc. I did not know you could also speak Orc. This is great.
Yes, I can understand some of that. He's just stood there like confused why Blaze is now talking on.
So the next kind of couple of hours are passed just same as you have been for these 25 days. Just kind of trundling along. The path is a little bit more uneven, so he kind of slows down the cart slightly to account for the fact that this isn't as well travelled a road as you get closer in to Falton. As you kind of arrive in the village, he pulls up just outside, and he's like, yeah, I don't think I'll be able to get the cart much further in, to be honest. The state of these roads are atrocious. You're on your own from now. I'll wait here.
Oh, okay, okay. I mean, there've been no potholes in ages.
Get off the cart.
Oh, fine.
Yeah, so Isla kind of just jumps down. She's like, oh, okay, well, thanks for the ride. And he is already kind of like waving her hat light away as if to be like, yes, get off, get off. Oh, he's a friendly one, eh?
Yeah, not much of a talk of that one.
No, he's not great. I'm going to get onto Endo's back and exert myself as little as possible.
Yeah, Endo just taps him on the head as he's like sat or laid wherever he is on Endo's shoulder or back.
On your shoulders.
Oh, I just had a really funny. So, I've got Adrian's slippers of spider climbing.
You have.
Oh my god!
Can I just like walk up Endo like he's a wall and then just stand on him?
Endo would be fine with
Sure.
it. He's
Yeah,
used to other
everybody's just
people
climbing on
him.
Endo. Sure. Yeah, so he's got tied across his shoulders and Gideon's walked up and he's stood, I guess, on his shoulders as well.
Yeah.
This is a
Endo's just
very-
gonna look up and he's just gonna be like, "Oh, hello, Gideon. You got very tall."
Leaning over to Isla, I'm like, yeah, even I think this is weird.
Yeah. I didn't want to say anything in case it happened every time, but
No, this is I think it's a long-standing group thing, maybe. I don't know. I'm not
like an inside joke.
Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe we just smile and nod.
It's not funny. It's just weird.
I know, yeah, it's just strange. And like, Isla kind of just turns and smiles and nods, like really obvious that she's just like, oh yeah, that's okay, right. Shall we head into town?
Yeah, way to not attract attention, guys.
Yeah, that looks totally normal.
Yeah, when you say that, I'm gonna hop down. I'm just gonna be like, I just kind of wanted to know if that'd work or not.
Yeah, I suppose it's best to, try new things.
Well, I was just
I'm
thinking,
not getting down.
if we had to like, we're fighting a dragon or something, maybe I could and Endo's right there, grabbing it and stuff like that. Maybe I could like ride around on Endo's shoulders, and these slippers would mean that I'd stay there, and I could just be like slinging firebolts and eldritch blasts, and that'd be quite cool.
That sounds interesting.
Well, you could run onto the dragon.
That feels like it might have a higher chance of me getting
Dead.
hurt, which I'm not really into. So
You probably die. But
yeah.
yeah. But it's good that you're thinking of strategies in case of dragons. That's always handy and Isla kind of turns and looks at the town now that you're even closer, and she's like, because that does look a lot like it was burnt there, and she kind of points towards this big black kind of scar through the town.
Definite burn.
could have been an accident. The dragon might have a cold.
Yeah.
Fire
Yeah.
sneeze.
Yeah, he not burnt anything else. He's just done that one little thing. So, what if he just like sneezed or something?
Maybe the villagers can tell us.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I kind of just looks
Is there
utterly
anyone around?
confused. So as you make your way into town, on the outskirts of town, it's very quiet. There doesn't seem to be really anybody there. And as you kind of make your way more towards the centre where this big scar kind of line of blackened earth is, there's a lot more people around. They seem to be trying to get rid of basically because some of the buildings have collapsed in on themselves, so there's people trying to get into the buildings. It's as if there's been like some sort of earthquake or something like that. You can tell that people are trying to rescue people from the ruins. There's people running back and forth with water and things like that. It seems very hectic. That's kind of,
So it's something that's happened recently.
it's something that's happened very recently. You can tell that even like on the roofs where there's still some roof intact, the straw is still burning, like the earth is still kind of smouldering a little bit with this. As you get kind of closer, you would see a kind of very tall man stood with his arms folded. He's got long dark hair, and he seems to be kind of, people are like rushing up to him, talking to him, and he's kind of giving them instructions, and then they rush away again. As he's kind of like stood. Oh, it looks like he's overseeing what is happening.
That looks like who we need to talk to.
What if we need to help people? There might be people trapped.
Yeah, it looks like he's telling people where to go and how to help Endo. So maybe if we go and talk to him, he can tell us what we can do.
Endo will help if anybody needs it.
I'm gonna head over to the man.
Yeah, so the man is he's kind of very focused on all of his people that are kind of coming up to him, so he doesn't notice you straight away. And then kind of somebody that rushes up to him, a young woman rushes up to him and is like, we think they're trapped in there. I swear I can hear him. And he's like, don't worry, Sarah, we'll get them. And then she kind of looks past him at you, which makes him kind of turn, and he's like, oh, yes. What is it?
We were sent here from the Nameless Adventuring Guild to help, I think, but what's happened? What do you need? What can we do?
I don't, and he kind of looks genuinely overwhelmed by everything. Like, there's so many people kind of rushing towards him and like so much going on. So he kind of stumbles a little bit, and the young woman that was stood in front of him kind of rushes forward and she's like, please, some of you look very strong. Could you please come with me? My son, I think he's trapped.
Come on, Blaze, let's help.
All right.
So eager to help.
The sound of happiness there.
Well, because the whole time while this was happening, so he's just looking up at the skies, hoping to see the dragon. So sure. All right.
So as soon as Endo was like, oh, come on, we'll help, like, the woman Sarah kind of reaches out and grabs Endo's hand and starts kind of leading him towards what was at some point quite a substantial house. It looks as if it was maybe 3 stories. It has literally collapsed in on itself and is now just a pile of rubble. Anybody who is going to help, can you make me a perception check to start with?
I will help.
I would not have gone if I thought it required strong people.
I will use my inspiration because that was terrible, and he would be very, very focused on what he's doing. So I don't think it would be that bad of a.
Okay,
That's better.
So Blaze, you're kind of a little bit distracted. You're still kind of like, although you're going to help, you're still kind of looking up towards the sky. You're kind of like, half and half attention, so you're not paying that much attention to what's going on the ground. Tide and Endo, as you kind of head over to this wreckage, you can see that they've already started to try and make like a gap. They're trying to obviously like move some of the rubble out of the way, and you can hear what sounds like a young boy crying in the wreckage itself. Please, it's my son. Please, I don't know how much longer he'll be able to be in there, and we just can't move it fast enough.
Don't worry, Endo will help. Tide, do you think you can find where the little boy is?
Sure. I'm a little and not scared. Right. Is there any like ways in? Can I like scout around and look for a way in?
Yeah, roll investigation for me.
You sure? Not performance? No.
Definitely not performance. No.
Oh, 16.
Yeah, okay. So as you're kind of like looking around, you can see where they've already cleared a little bit of it, and you kind of like crouch down and have a look, and you're sure that if Endo and Blaze could maybe move just a little bit more of the rubble, you would be able to squeeze in and get into the actual middle of this section.
Does it look secure if they were to do that?
As far as you can tell, it looks like it would. They would be able to.
Okay, yeah. Could big boys? Could you do the heavy lifting, and I can do the little sneaking?
Where do we need to lift?
I point at the stuff directly in front of me. Can I also very quickly pull a card out and spend a bardic inspiration to find a tail? Find
Yes.
a tarot card.
Yep.
I know which one I want.
Okay,
Not
so
the one I want.
so Endo and Blaze, if you are going to try helping clear the wreckage, can you both roll athletics for me, please?
Yep.
Oh, nice. Blaze over here doing it one-handed, just like,
Right.
yeah.
Still looking at the sky, not even looking, just bends down and goes, "Rrr."
Oh, nice, yeah. So between the two of you, Blaze not even looking, as he says, just kind of like reaches and lifts a whole chunk of it up, and is like just holding it one arm. The woman is kind of just looking flabbergasted as then Endo comes up, kind of like does a bit of a sumo squat, and then lifts the other half up, and clear enough space, Tide, that you would be able to shimmy into if you need to. And you can hear the boy kind of like sobbing still, but like he's like, "Oh, hello, is there someone there?" Like he can see the light coming in now from above.
Right. Yeah, I'm going to come in just a second, and I'm going to pull another card.
Okay.
Please, face. No, that's not the one I want. Yeah, I'm coming in. And I will try and shimmy in.
Yeah. So you kind of make your way in with Blaze and Endo kind of holding the structure up. You are very, very confident that it's not going to fall, that it's quite secure.
Right.
So you kind of shimmy your way in, and you can see that he is sat in what would have been the basement of this building. As you kind of come in, his eyes go wide, and he's like, "Hello."
Hello. This is nice. Is this where you lived? Are you okay? Should we get you out? Let's just get you out, and I'll stop talking. Yeah.
Yes, please. And he kind of like stands up and kind of hobbles over to you. You can see that his leg isn't broken or anything, but it's kind of badly kind of scraped and bruised.
Can I give him a quick cure wounds?
Yes.
Thank you. I'll just give his leg a good lick.
Yeah, that's not creepy at all.
In a very, cat-like, loving way.
Yeah, so you kind of like lick his leg. He kind of jumps back initially, and then sees the wounds kind of start to heal up, and his bruises kind of fade
together,
away.
yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, wow, that's amazing."
Yeah, I'm very cool. I'm very cool indeed. Now, you see this hole?
Uh-huh.
You need to go through the hole.
okay. And he starts kind of crawling through the way that you came in, with Endo and Blaze kind of still almost effortlessly holding this like thing up so that he can get out. As soon as he comes out, Sarah kind of grabs him and pulls him towards her, and she's like checking him, kissing him, giving him a like big squeeze. She's like, thank you so much, thank you. Oh, I was so scared.
I'm really good at this. Also, yes, I'm very happy to have helped. But yes, well done. I'm so glad your little boy is safe. And how cool was this, right?
Very cool, yes. And as she's kind of like a little bit confused, another young boy kind of comes running over, who looks identical to the boy that you've just kind of pulled out of this, out of these ruins. Kind of grabs his brother and starts hugging him. He's like, I thought you were gone. I thought you were gone forever. I couldn't reach you. And they're kind of like crying and cuddling. And then
so
this,
like identical, like a twin.
They are twins. Yeah. Yep. And then the twin that was not in the ruin turns to you and is like, which one of you saved my brother?
Endo points to the cat.
Doesn't matter who did it, we all played a big role. I'm sure none of us could have done it without each other, I guess. Right, guys?
Yeah. Can we put this down now?
Oh, yeah, drop it. Yeah, it's all good.
He literally just drops it.
Endo gently places his down.
Well, okay. And he kind of like rummages in his shirt and pulls out a kind of long piece of what initially to you looks like a piece of shiny paper, and he hands it to you and he's like, this came from the creature.
Oh. What is it?
I don't know. It's shiny, and it came from whatever the creature was that did this to us.
Oh, well, can I take a look at it?
Yes, you can take a look at it. Roll Arcana for me.
Oh, no. What is with these choices, Lynn? No.
If only
Oh.
Gideon was with you and not not being like, yep, that's strength, I'm not there.
Sorry, guys.
19. Okay. So, as you kind of start looking at this, initially when he passed it to you, you did think it was just some kind of shiny paper. But now that you look at it more, it's almost actually shimmering, like it's alive. You can tell that it is highly, highly magical. And you kind of like flip it over, kind of look at it a little bit more, and you can tell that it is not from this material plane.
Can I had this idea and it just feels very in character. Can I just lick it and see what it tastes like?
Jesus.
Sure, yeah.
It tastes like the stars.
Yeah, what does it taste like, Lynn?
It tastes like sherbet.
What?
Great. I'm just going to hold this and give it a lick while we carry on saving the day.
The boy looks actually a little bit disgusted that you've just licked this when he's told you it's come from a creature. He's kind of like,
Oh, yeah. Oh, I forgot that.
Okay, we're going now. And he kind of like grabs his brother's arm and then kind of hurries off towards a boat that is just docked just outside the town, as the woman kind of is like almost bowing to you. Like, she's like, thank you so much. She kind of hurries off to see if she can be of help anywhere else in the village. Having been kind of watching over what you've been doing, the long-haired guy kind of starts to head towards you guys. And Isla will just be following him. I guess she just stayed with Gideon.
Yeah, I'll be heading over as well.
Yeah, so he kind of comes over and he's like, thank you for your help here. As you can see, we've got a lot going on.
It seems a bit, I don't want to say chaotic, but a little bit chaotic. What's happened?
It is chaotic. We We don't even know what happened. The dead of night, all of a sudden, there was this loud noise, and it was just the skies themselves were on fire, and they caused this. And he kind of like gestures towards where you can see a 40-foot wide trail of blackened earth. And as you kind of squint and look a bit more carefully, you can see that there's bits of wood in there, some stone, things like that. But you can also see bodies that have kind of been almost like insta cremated. So there's just kind of bone left next to ashes.
I think that Sober's tied up a bit and he feels a bit guilty now for being melodramatic. Oh god. Okay. Guys,
So
what do we do?
Did anyone see this creature? Like, I know it was night, but did it just hit and go, or did it hang around? Like, what?
To be honest with you, it was gone almost as quickly as it arrived. I've spoken to people around town. I didn't see anything myself, but when they've come to me to help, well, organise a rescue or salvage what we can, they've spoken of a creature with wings. It gave off a blinding light and then flew away as quickly as it arrived. I haven't been able to get more of a description than that.
Did they say how big it was?
Huge, from what they've told me.
Did they see which direction it went?
And he kind of like leans like almost past you and points kind of up and in towards the mountain. And you can see that this kind of trail of blackened earth stretches far beyond the city into the woods, and in towards the mountain. Why are you here? Not that I'm not grateful for the help.
Well, we're here to kill it.
Oh. Well, is it just you? And he kind of like gestures at the group of you. He's like, it's from what I've seen, it's capable of doing a great deal of damage.
So is Endo.
Oh, are we the only group that's made it here? We heard there was another adventuring guild on the way as well.
I haven't seen anyone else. Maybe other people around town have, but I've been busy with the burials and things.
Is it usual for there to be creatures in the mountains?
Creatures, yes, but nothing that could do this damage. Some orcs, maybe, goblins occasionally, even rumours of giants, but I've never seen anything like this. It makes me think maybe it's a dragon, but we haven't seen a dragon around here. Well, I've never seen a dragon around here.
So has there never been any legend in your town's history of dragons?
No. And I've been here for a long time. I've grown up here. This is a relatively new village. Was a relatively new village. I'm not sure how much of it is left now. We've never... I don't know what it is. I don't know how it got here. I don't know why it came here.
And what was your name, friend?
My name is Burland. My father helped found the city, well, village. I think that's why people are coming to me now. I don't know what they expect me to do. And he kind of like zones out a little bit, is staring off into the distance.
Don't suppose, I mean, new village sets up at kind of only recent. Did your father have enemies?
Not that I'm aware of. We are simple folk. We set up here. We're just a fishing village.
When you were building all the houses and the new buildings and things, did you notice any big skeleton remains underneath the houses?
I wouldn't say so. I wasn't here when we were building them. But
Oh,
I would have thought my father would have mentioned it, and he never mentioned any big skeletal remains of anything. It's just the river is plentiful of fish, and, well, that's our job. So it made sense to settle here, and this little village built up around us, and, well, now it's gone.
We'll see what we can do.
Yeah, look, sorry for the loss. I mean, this is very devastating. I understand you guys must be shook up.
Yes, well, I'm just trying to keep people calm, doing what I can.
You do well. You seem to be helping. In what way you can.
He's kind of still kind of staring off, but it does nod slightly.
do you know if there's anybody that can help us with some healing potions or anything like that before we set off?
We don't really have... I'm sorry. I wish I could offer you more, but we don't have anything like that here, and, well, to be honest, if we did, they would probably be needed here.
Oh, okay.
So, what would be the easiest way for us to get up into these mountains? Are there any paths or trails that we should know about that could help us get where we need to go?
Well, assuming you're tracking this creature, I think the northern trail would take you up into the mountains, but how far this goes, and he kind of gestures towards this big kind of scorch mark that's through the town. He's like, I don't know whether it deviates from that trail at any point, so you may be better just following this and going through the woods.
Well then, guys, should we... This thing isn't going to kill itself, and that job's still got to get done.
Yeah. We got a ranger, right, Jeremiah? Oh, Isla?
Hi, yes, you do. You do have me. And as you kind of gesture to her, she kind of steps forward and is intently kind of looking at the kind of scar that's through the town. She is going to try and have a bit of a mooch at that and see if she can see anything about it. Okay, so she kind of has a look and like reaches into it, and she's like, oh my, okay, this is very hot, so if anybody else is going to look at this, just beware that it's very hot still. And she kind of pulls out what looks to be a very large scale that has a similar kind of shimmering quality to the thing that Tide licked.
Oh my god.
Ooh.
It tastes like. Isla,
Pardon?
what does it taste like?
I have absolutely no idea, and I don't intend to find out.
That's a shame.
Is
Uh,
is
And
is sorry.
Go on,
no,
Gideon.
what? Oh, Gideon.
Is Ty? Do you are you like still very obviously holding the thing that you
Oh
found?
yeah, I'm still very obviously licking it. Yeah, like an
Okay.
ice cream. I'm holding it and licking it like an ice cream.
Oh God.
Oh, good God.
Okay. Well, in that case, I'm going to be like, what have you got, Tide?
Oh yeah, sorry, how rude of me. It tastes like sherbet. Do you want some? Oh, it also came off the animal, but it's fine. It tastes like sherbet. Do you want some? I don't like hold it up to you.
Can I just have a look at it?
Sure. It was glistening before, but the rest of it's just my spit. Just ignore the spit.
Like as Gideon's taking it off of him, little Endo's face just like comes into focus, and he's just got his tongue out, and he just gives it a little lick as it's being passed across.
Oh God. Yeah. So if you'd like to look at it, Gideon, roll me Arcana, please.
Guidance. I'll give you guidance.
Oh, thank you.
Would we also see while she's assessing it that it looks like what Isla's pulled out?
Yeah.
So
So
the two
everybody.
bits have been passed around.
Yeah, so everybody would be able to see that. Like the only difference kind of is the thing that Tide has got. It's kind of like Isla's pulled out what looks like a scale. It's quite firm. But the thing that Tide has got is more like paper. It's like quite floppy, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So that's the only difference. But it looks like it's from the same kind of animal. Gideon, as you kind of have a look at it, trying to avoid the spit the best that you can, you as well can tell that it's literally emanating magic. Like you could tell that as soon as it touched your hand. It almost took your breath away with how much magic this is holding. You also can tell that it's not from this material plane. And as you kind of like holding it and kind of just, it's almost like sending waves of information to you. You can get like this final wave of information that tells you that this is part of a celestial being.
Oh.
And it tastes like sherbet if you want to lick it, but that's up to you.
I would never. That's Tide's thing. I would never like. Wouldn't want to take that away from them. I think this might be celestial. Maybe it's just got that feel to it, you know.
Mm.
I mean that's probably why it tastes like sherbet.
Yeah, I mean, I am close to the spirits in the heavens, so I can see why it tastes so good to me. Can I pass?
He wants it back.
Is it? There's nothing like. There's no markings on it. There's nothing written on it. There's nothing else that I can see just by looking at it.
No. So as you kind of like looking at it more and kind of glancing your eye at the scale that Isla is holding, there's nothing written on it, and you can probably make quite a good guess that it's a piece of flesh that you're holding.
I like just kind of like move my hand to hold it just between like my thumb and my finger, kind of like right at the edge.
Yeah.
Like a bit distastefully. And then like hand it back to Tide. But I don't say anything about thinking that it's flesh.
Okay.
I'll take it back. Back on it like ice cream.
Oh God.
So if it's off a celestial, like how those things are pretty impressive. How would it lose this? Like, what would cause this to fall off?
Well, I'm like watching Tide to see if they're licking it again.
Oh yeah, I'm completely unfazed.
Okay.
Endo's just watching him lick it, like wanting to lick it but not licking it, but wanting to.
I think maybe that might be part of some kind of celestial being, and maybe, I mean, I guess the only way that we lose bits of ourselves is if we've been in a fight or damaged somehow. So maybe there were two things here.
What if it's like hair? Endo loses some hair when he has a bath, and it just falls out.
Couldn't taste like hair.
No, I know it tastes nice, Tide.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, this definitely looks like a scale to me, so maybe, like you say, a fight.
Maybe they're from two different things. Like maybe the scale, because I mean the sherbet tasting thing doesn't look like a scale. Maybe they're from two different creatures.
Gideon, if you let us lick the scale and it tastes the same, then it might be from the same creature.
It's crazy that makes logical sense to me, Endo. But
yeah, Isla kind of like steps forward and holds out the scale. She's like, if anyone wants to look or lick this, I guess they can.
Yeah, Endo just looks at Tide, like waiting for Tide's reaction.
Yeah, I've got one. You can go with this one, buddy. Knock yourself out.
Yep, Endo just gives it a lick.
Yeah, it tastes like sherbet.
Uh-huh, it tastes just the same. It's exactly the same. It tastes nice.
And sorry, did you say that scale was from what?
The scale, I found it in the burning pit of death thing here, and she kind of like points back at the like trail of destruction that has been left.
Oh, so it's dropping a few things.
it kind of looks shimmery like the other thing. Can I have a closer look at it?
Sure, and she tries to like move it away from Endo's like mouth and towards you.
Can I kind of examine it and see if I think it might have come from the same
Yeah, roll investigation for me.
thing?
Yeah, it's from the same thing.
Okay.
The colouring is pretty much exactly the same. The texture of it, other than it being hard and scale-like, it is kind of the same. You would know that it's the same animal. Or creature, I should say.
Yeah, I think you're right, Endo. I think these definitely did come from the same creature. But I mean, has anybody ever heard of like other celestial dragons? Does anybody know about this stuff?
I mean, this is certainly not one that I've encountered. But it makes me think, like, if it's losing bits of itself, something's happened. Maybe what we're looking for isn't the bad thing. Maybe it's been injured and there's something bigger and worse out there. Maybe it didn't do this fire.
Wait. We were sent here. That woman who sent us here said that she was at the guild on behalf of a wizard.
Yeah.
And the wizard wants to find the creature, slay it, and recover its remains because the wizard wants to study it. Maybe the creature didn't do this. Maybe. Oh God, is it Derek? A wizard.
Oh God.
Maybe the wizard was here and trying to fight it. Maybe I mean, we've seen people use fire magic before, right? Like that's somebody could have done this, not something.
Endo does not like magic. Endo does not trust magic. This is why.
Because yeah, I mean the few stories we've got from the woman in town and from Berlin, they said there was a bright light and there's this scorch mark, but bright light doesn't sound like fire, which would cause this.
Yeah, maybe we were after the core, right? Like, maybe the core is different. Maybe something's in. Maybe the celestial is in the dragon.
Yeah.
You don't sound convinced, Blaze.
I think that's a bit of out there thinking. Either way, if either there's a big creature here that's done this damage and we still need to find it, or there's a wizard, you said, after this creature, in which case we should probably find the wizard and help or stop or do nothing. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I think whatever we're looking for in the mountains here is probably injured.
I agree.
So we need to be more careful because injured creatures tend to be a bit more aggressive. And I don't know, call it a hunch, but I don't think it's necessarily the bad thing here.
I also agree with that. I think I don't know a lot about other planes or celestials or creatures, but I don't know. Like celestials are supposed to be like things from the upper planes are supposed to be good, right? That's the only thing I know.
Yeah, generally they're meant to be like holy and things, right?
Yeah.
Like,
All I know is the last time I experienced magic, I ended up on the moon and nearly died.
That
what?
is quite a story.
Yeah, that's. I feel like we need more backstory to that, but maybe another time.
I don't want to talk about it right now anyway.
Oh,
It brings
okay.
back too many negative memories.
Oh,
You guys know Telescar better than me. What happens if we don't complete the mission?
Then you don't get paid.
Yeah, she looks slightly less happy than she usually looks. She's not very happy, really.
Because, yeah, I mean, what if we find this creature and it's the one being attacked? Do we join in and just attack it? Or do we help it?
I don't know Talisker very well, but surely she wouldn't want us to kill an innocent thing, would she?
No, I feel I know her well enough. Yeah, already. I don't see that as being less of a problem than my concern of us not completing the way she wants.
Oh,
Endo just gives the side eyes.
oh, so she would let us just murder something innocent?
He would, but I think if we were going to maybe change allegiances or go off book, the most important thing to remember is as long as we go home with something that's worth something, it's okay. We just if
So-
the wizard that's hired us turns out to be evil, he better have some gold that we can take back with us if we kill him. Basically, that's
Oh, we
kind
could
of
take
where
back the
Telescar
wizard.
is.
Or magic items that we could sell for money?
Right.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Okay.
Now you're getting it.
Okay. So wealth above everything.
Or we could tie up the wizard and just like carry him back and then let Talisker like learn things from the wizard.
No, I
Tell-
think she'd probably rather have the gold or the magic items than. She doesn't really like it when we take things home with us.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
I think she loves it, really.
Do you think so?
Yeah,
she
I'm
gave
sure
me an
she
explicit
struggled.
warning not to come back with anything that I shouldn't.
Didn't you now?
Yeah,
That seems very specific of her.
it's weird,
Interesting
isn't
you
it?
didn't mention that before, Isla.
Yeah, it just came back to me in a blinding flash of
Oh,
remembrance.
so you're not allowed to take anything back, but if we bring something back, that's okay then.
I think it was a blanket statement. I think it was for everybody, really.
I don't remember Talisker saying that to me.
No, me.
Mm. Hmm. Well, let's just see, shall we?
So Tide, we could get a pet dragon and we could lick it.
I mean,
That feels a little weird to me. So are we gonna head into the woods? Blaze,
yeah, we need to
was
do
it?
the other guild. We need to make tracks.
Well, you is the ranger. You lead the way.
Oh, yes, I am. Yes, okay. Are we taking the path, or shall we just follow the trail?
Well, yeah, I think follow the northern trail like Berlin said, and then hopefully there's enough destruction up there that we can see which way to go.
Okay, off we go. And she kind of like starts heading off into the woods, towards the mountain. As she's kind of doing that, she pulls her bow from her back and kind of knocks an arrow in there, ready just in case.
It's Tide. I wonder if we find more of this. When we take it back, we could sell it at the market and make a lot of money from the shop.
Oh, I was thinking we could like powder it and put it into our food.
Oh,
Like
like
cream.
seasonings.
Like what?
Like a seasoning.
Yes. Yes, like a seasoning.
Oh, that's a good idea, Tide.
Yeah.
I could put it in the fruit pie. Oh, that would taste nice.
You could. And if we do sell it, we could get little jars, and on the front of the jars we could just put like Celestial. It tastes the bestial or something. It's really like catchy and cool.
Just don't
That's it.
spell that wrong.
My spelling is impeccable, Blaze. You should see the letter I send.
Yeah, don't let Endo do it.
Oh, lordy. Yeah, so as this amazing conversation is going on, Isla is kind of leading the way into the woods, following a kind of set path. It's not a full-on road, but it is a trail that has obviously been kind of worn down over time. The kind of big kind of impact craters that are at the side of it are kind of all along the way as she's leading you up the pathway. Who would be at the front with her?
I was
Nope.
going to say I will. I'll be helping lead the path.
Okay. Can you roll me a survival check, please?
Nope.
Okay, let's see if she rolls better to try and save. Yeah.
I
Nope.
think that's four
Nope,
now.
she does not. So that was great. So as you're wandering along the path, she kind of like looks at Blaze a little bit quizzically, and she's like, "Did you just hear something?" And then kind of like
No.
looks into the woods again and goes, "Uh-oh." And I'm going to pop you on this map. Now, Strahd players, be calm. It's okay.
Oh, God.
It's okay.
Wait, is this the one where a horse fell on Gladia?
Isn't this also?
Yeah, I use this map all the time. It's just my.
Oh,
one of my
so
road
wasn't this
maps.
also where we outside the
Fine.
cabin in the woods?
Yes. It is.
Yeah, it was.
But
Yeah.
the Strahd, they are fully like traumatized by this.
Yeah.
And boop.
Oh my god.
God.
And
Fuck.
we will. 1 second. We will do this, and then we will be. Let me just remove all turns. There we go. And then we'll have a break and come back and we'll be in combat. If you want to roll initiative for me. Had a turn for my little dude.
That does not look like a friendly giant like Bert.
It does not.
Understood.
Oh, Bert.
It really don't look like a friendly giant. I mean, like,
I
yeah.
love Bert.
The rolls are still public, Lynn, just so you know.
Oh, yep, okay. Let's change that.
I thought that said Thunderpants Cyclops.
Yes, Thunderpants. Always whisper.
Love it.
Okay, so with that, we will go into a break. So it's now 9-ish, so we'll come back at about 10 past and be straight into combat.
Oh,
Whoop, whoop.
yay! Can we just change locations, like positions? Because I was not there.
Sure, I guess Blaze was at the front.
Yeah.
Blaze was there.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, right. 10 minutes then, guys. So 10 past 9, and we'll be back. As you were walking along the trail, both
Obliviously.
both Blaze and Isla, who were your guides, were maybe a little bit distracted. Probably talking amongst themselves, going, "Yeah, why are they licking things? What's going on here? What is this weird group?" And to this kind of just to the edge of the trail, you hear trees snapping and breaking as a gigantic cyclops barrels out of the trees towards you. And with that, we are in combat. And Tide, you are up first.
Great. I am going to.
Is Tide still on my shoulders?
Currently, yes. Oh no. I'm going to get off.
Is Tide on your shoulder? Because you got off to go and rescue the child.
Oh, yeah, I did. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm not on shoulders. That makes things easier.
Guy lives on my shoulders.
I am going to run up ever so slightly closer, just to get in range. And I think Tide's gonna like bundle their fists together and unsheath their claws to like dig into their own palms. And then they like throw like tiny drops of blood out and they turn into spirits and fly at the Cyclops. And I'm gonna cast Bane
Ooh.
on the Cyclops boy.
Charisma. Well, you know, a Cyclops is very charismatic.
That was my hope.
That they're not charismatic at all. Okay, yeah. That succeeds.
That's great. And then I'm going to panic and run back, and that's me done.
Okay. Let me just put a little blob on him to say that he's got pain on him. Sure, brown. That's fine. Isla is going to. What range are we at here? Is going to fire with a longbow, I guess. What is wrong? Oh, I was on the wrong thing. Panic over. I was like, this is quite a big boy. Maybe get the muscle up front. As she panics slightly. And that is her. Endo.
Yeah, Endo's just gonna charge straight up to it. You know, because it's what he does. And Endo is going to attempt to hit it.
Okie
With a single unarmed strike.
That is a miss.
Then he's going to go again.
That is a miss.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Not what I expected. um. Da, 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 da. Yeah, he's going to use a key point, and he is going to use. Wait. Which one? Da, 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 da. Oh, damn, I moved more than 5 feet. Shit. Yeah, he's just going to use a key point and use Flurry of Blows for
Okay.
another 2 attempts.
Yep. That's a hit.
God damn it.
That is a hit. Nice.
Now, as we discussed before, because I used Flurry of Blows to do that, I can't use Crushing Grapple, can I? Because
No.
Crushing Grapple says once per turn when you hit a creature with an unarmed strike. I didn't technically hit them with an unarmed strike, did I? I hit them with the Flurry of Blows.
I don't have your character sheet up, so hang on. Because Flurry of Blows is still an unarmed strike. Oh, why have I gone to Strahd? What the hell?
No,
it.
Endo is not in Strahd.
Let's just have it. I was going to be looking at Flynn's character sheet like, oh, yeah, you can... Bardic.
Jesus.
I assume it's in features and traits. Hello?
It's at the bottom. Yeah, it's at the bottom before racial traits. So
Once per time, once you've hit, you can immediately attempt to grapple it. Still need strength check. Yeah, so you'd be able to do that, but you wouldn't be able to do your punch this time. You
yeah,
wouldn't be able to do your headbutt
okay.
this time. So you can try and grapple them, but you can't.
Yeah,
But bear in mind, this is a absolutely humongous creature.
yeah, Endo's still going to do it anyway. He is
Not
going to
gonna
attempt
succeed,
to grapple.
but sure.
He's going to try because he's a nutter.
Okay, so strength.
Straight strength. Yeah.
Yeah, so you succeed
Yes!
somehow. And kind of have your arms wrapped around its leg, so it can't.
I was just going to say how big is this creature?
It's not like a full-on grapple, but you have kind of stopped it moving very far. If it tries to move, it would be moving slowly because it is massive compared to you.
I can't believe Endo's actually got it. Yes, yes, this is what he was built for. Sorry, guys, I'm having a moment. Yes.
Grabbing his leg.
Yeah.
Just got on his leg,
This
and
is what
the
Endo
creature's
was
just
built for,
looking
grabbing
down like,
legs.
what are you doing? As it's dragging my ass forward.
Okay, is that everything?
Yeah, that's everything.
Gideon.
Okay, I'm going to bonus action cast Hex on it. And I'm going to give it disadvantage on strength checks. So if Endo keeps trying to grapple it, he's got more chance of holding on. And then I am going to spend a sorcery point, and I'm going to twin spell 2 firebolts at it.
That is a hit.
Did that hit? Because it gets extra hex damage as well if it did.
It did hit, yeah.
Okay. So it's another 5 on that one, and then Guess that
It's
one
a
missed.
miss, yeah,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
That's all right. And then I would like to scurry away. So, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna run to there and try and get some cover under the trees.
Okay, dokie. Right, my turn. Okay, so it's gonna do.
I don't like that laugh. I don't like that laugh. Danger.
Oh wait, why is it not rolling properly? Hang on. Oh, that's fine. Try again. Okay. Oh, right. So a 22 to hit Endo.
Yeah. I
Okay,
believe
that's-
I can use a reaction, if I'm not mistaken, to possibly placate some of the damage. Where is it?
I think you have deflect missiles as your reactions. That's the only thing I can see.
Oh,
It's not a
yeah,
missile.
yeah.
He's literally punching
No,
you.
no. I was getting it confused with something else.
Yes.
Not that.
So 17 bludgeoning damage as he just kind of like balls his hand into a fist and smacks you on the head as hard as he can. Is then going to make his second attack. 25 to hit.
Yeah.
That's 22 bludgeoning damage.
Yeah, so what's the total of those two? Sorry.
So
25.
39.
Yeah, that's about right.
He is going to. So along this line here, so Endo, Blaze, and Isla will need to make me a Dex save, please.
I think I've got advantage on this.
Okay, okay.
And I'm just having a look through somewhere.
Ooh. I don't.
Where would that go? Yeah, I've got danger set, so I have advantage on dex saving throws against effects you can see while not blinded, deafened, or incapacitated.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so you've got advantage on this.
On dex save. 18.
Okay, so 18. Yep. So Isla and Blaze succeed, so you're going to take half damage. Unfortunately, Endo fails, so you're going to take full damage of lightning. 36 lightning damage, so half for Isla and Blaze, 36 for Endo. As the Cyclops kind of like just looks up from like pounding Endo on the head, and kind of as it looks up, it like shoots lightning from its eye.
Jesus.
As it hits along the floor.
Yeah. Endo is down. Endo is on the floor.
I guess that means the grapple's finished.
Yes.
Yeah. Pretty much.
So it's going to be. Okay. Yeah, so the grapple is finished, and with that, then the Cyclops is going to literally step over Endo to here, and that's the end of its go. Blaze.
Alrighty. In the process of running forward, I am going to rage.
Mm-hmm.
And take on my form of whatever it is. Form of the beast.
Yep.
Tail. So as I'm running, I grow this big thick tail out from my back, and I'm going to run into here. Is that 10 feet away from him?
Mm-hmm.
Sweet. And we're pulling out my clave in the process, and going to try to slash at his leg and spin back and slash the other way. There's my 2 attacks. 19 for 11. And 11 misses.
So 19 hits, yep.
So it was 11 for that.
11.
And then, yeah, miss
and
on
then
the
a miss on
other.
the second one, yep.
Yep.
I'm just having a look at the Bane, so it would have been...
Is that with your rage damage, Hugh?
Possibly not. No. I hadn't actually turned on my
D4, isn't it,
rage.
Bane?
Where is it?
What is Endo's AC? Yeah, they would still both have hit Han. He rolled a 22 and a 25.
Yeah.
So he would have hit Endo. I know. You had to try. So is rage not included in that? Let's have a look.
What is my rage damage? Where am I looking?
Either 2 or 3, I think, at the level. It'll say it on.
Yeah,
If you ticked
duration
the...
10 minutes. I've just ticked it now. I hadn't ticked it
Oh,
before.
you hadn't ticked it before. Okay.
Before I did actually rolled.
Let me check your character.
It says on.
It's a +2, so you can add 2 to that slashing damage. +2 to melee damage.
Plus to melee damage.
Yep. So it's an extra 2 damage.
So 13.
Another 2. Yep. Okay. And is that everything? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Tied.
Right. I would like to. Oh, I don't want to get too close to him. Great. I'll do that to hopefully stay out of reach.
Yep.
In
Okay.
fact, I'm going to use my feline agility so that I double.
Yeah, I assumed.
I double my speed. And as I pass Endo, I'm going to see my poor little boy on the floor and give him a big old lick and cast a 3rd level Cure Wounds.
Okay.
And hope they're high. 20 health.
Oh, nice.
Thank you.
That's okay. You're on the floor, but you're okay. And then I'm going to pull another card out of my deck and hope that it's something useful and decent.
Yep.
3. Great. And that's me done.
Okay. Over to Isla. She is going to... Next time you hit a creature, okay. Okay, so she's going to cast Hail of Thorns. And then she's going to hopefully hit with her longbow. She did. Yes, get absolutely right. And... would it class as sneak attack because Endo's on the floor right there?
Yes!
Probably not, right? Probably not. 9 and then her.
Yeah, it's not going to be distracted by a smear of Endo on the floor there.
No. I'm grasping at straws here. So that is her bonus action and her action, and she is going to just step back the one that she can because she doesn't want to be up close with this thing. Endo! You're alive, my friend.
Endo is always alive. He is the everlasting chunk. He is now going to use, when I can bloody find it. He is going to use a key point. He's going to stand up. He's going to use a key point to initiate implacable stance. So he's going to stomp his feet down, stare at this horrible creature, which is still right next to me, I'm assuming.
Yeah, he's just got his back to you now.
Yeah. And I am going to start hammering the living hell out of it.
That's a hit.
with Endo's bread and butter.
Nice. Endo angry.
Endo very angry.
That's a miss.
And then he's going to use another key point so that he has got his flurry of blows. When I can click on... there we are. It's having to change between one page and the other one to initiate flurry of blows.
That's a hit.
Yes. By the power of Grayskull.
That's a hit. Nice. Some good damage.
So Endo would be trying to smash the living daylights out of his knees and his legs,
Yeah.
based on the fact that Endo's realised fight smart. Stop trying to
Has he?
overpower this creature. Endo learns quickly, especially after he gets dropped. Because it doesn't happen often. Well, all right, tell a lie. Everybody who's listening to Nameless is saying, yeah, it does.
Okay. Is that everything?
Then, with his
sorry.
6 seconds of communication, he's going to turn to everyone, so it's loud enough for everyone to hear, and say, Endo has healing potions! And then carry on facing the enemy.
Okie dokie. Gideon.
I am going to pull my hood up. My face is going to flicker and turn into a skull, and I am going to take on my form of dread. Oh yes, max 10 hit points. Okay. I normally roll like a 1 when I do that, so that's like the best that I've ever done.
This is more impressive. This is a really impressive form of dread.
Yeah. It's a really good skeleton.
Extra scary.
Yeah. And then I am going to where's my sorcery points gone? I am going to spend a sorcery point and twin spell again, but this time I'm going to do Chaos Bolt.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, why? Okay, terrible
Yeah, that's a
roll.
miss, yep.
And then... Oh, not 20!
Wow.
For some reason, there's a super delay for me. It's not coming through straight away, but nice. Nice. So what is your max damage with? Is it doing the max damage there?
So max damage is 2d8 plus 2 8s, so that's 16 plus 6.
It's 22.
So 22
Nice.
plus it'll get hex damage as well, so another 6. So that's
6. Yep.
and then
The actual roll.
I think my actual was 9. I
9.
think
yeah,
it was 8 plus 1.
9.
And then I need to roll the hex dice as well. Oh, just another 1.
Yep. It's pretty impressive, let's be real. Yeah, this poor thing is rocked. It is rocked.
Yeah.
Okay, anything else, Gideon?
Oh, yes, and because I've hit it, it has to make a wisdom save or be scared of me because of my form of dread.
Well, I'm not particular wisdomous, but let's go.
Nice bang.
18?
Oh, yeah, Bane minus a d4.
Oh, minus a d4. Hang on. 15?
Oh, that's the DC, yeah.
Oh.
Save.
Oh,
Okay, right.
Never mind. I'm going to use my spider climbing boots to climb up into the tree and try and get even more cover.
Yep, okay. Yep.
I thought you was going to try and use the spider climbing boots to climb up the giant.
Okay, maybe. Okay, so my little Cyclops friend is scared and sad. So he is going to make... He can't do that, so he's going to make 2 attacks. He's going to hit Endo and hit Blaze because he can reach 10 feet. So first one, Endo, 24 to hit. Oh, hang on. Hang on. No, maybe not. 20 to hit.
I was just gonna say it don't matter with the Bane because
Oh, yeah, 'cause
obviously
he's
my
16,
AC is
yeah.
16, so
So
it does. So I'm gonna use a key point with Implacable Stance to reduce damage. But go on.
so the damage is 20 bludgeoning.
Okay, I'm gonna roll a 1d8 to reduce it.
So it's 19
Oh
bludgeoning.
my god! Well, because of that, I'm still standing.
Yeah,
So
I'm
because
still standing.
I only had 20 HP. So
And then 1 to Blaze as well. That is a 26 to hit.
Is that with the Bane or?
So Bane, even if I rolled max on Bane, it would reduce it to 22 to hit. So I assume that's still over your.
Hang on. It would be, but I'm just doing quick math in my
With
head.
Bane, it's
Won't
23
make a
to hit.
difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
wouldn't
that's
make a difference.
24 bludgeoning damage as it kind of like punches Endo and then swings around with its other hand and punches Blaze. Cannot do its bonus action yet because it hasn't recharged. So we're over to Blaze.
Spitting out a mouthful of blood, I'm going to throw my glaive on the ground and pull out my short sword and frost axe. Going to whip around with my tail and strike him with my tail.
Yep. That's a miss, unfortunately.
13 doesn't hit. All right. In the process, going to keep spinning around and try to dart then around him and sort of slash at his leg with the short sword.
Okey-dokey.
Oh my god.
That's a miss as well, unfortunately.
Keep dashing around, stay within his range, and slash at him with the axe.
Okay. That's a hit. So
Okay.
that is 7.
And would there still be a sneak attack on that as the first one to hit? Because Endo's within range?
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
and still conscious, barely.
Barely. Yeah. Wobbling around over there.
What's my sneak attack damage? Sneak attack 1d6. One.
Yeah. Okay. Is that everything?
Yeah. So it's sort of like spinning and slashing and spinning and hacking.
Just a whole whirl of blades
arms and
going
blades.
on.
And...
Yeah. Okay. Tide.
I am going to. I'm going to come up to Endo again, and I'm going to give him another big lick, and I want to stop nearly dying. I'm going to cast another. Oh, third level. Your wounds for another 20.
Nice.
And then I'm also going. No, I'm just gonna. Sorry, hang on, quick math. Yeah, I'll just run back a little bit and I'm done.
Okay. Isla is going to. Yeah, she's just going to attack. Let's go. 17, that does hit. And she will get a sneak on this because there are people in the way. Okay. Endo. This thing now is looking very ropey. It's kind of swaying around. Its legs are almost buckling underneath it. It's kind of pierced with a few arrows, got cuts all over its legs. It's looking rough.
Yeah, and I was just going to slam into it.
That's a hit. How would you like to finish it?
Yeah, Endo's just gonna slam into it almost like a sumo, like goes chest to chest, but he's gone chest to thigh because of the sheer size of this leg.
Yeah.
And he's gonna wrap his arms around the leg and sort of like hoik it backwards. So like Endo's gonna pull the leg towards him, so the creature goes down,
Mm-hmm.
and then he's gonna rip off its leg
Okay.
and just drop the leg on the floor, and obviously it's gonna just bleed out and die.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you rip off its leg. It kind of like obviously is on the floor, kind of letting out roars, and then it just slowly kind of its chest stops moving as it just fades away on the floor.
And then Endo's just gonna walk up to it. He's gonna gently put his hand on its chest, and it's gonna look like Endo's like he's closed his eyes and lowered his head, and he's just saying a prayer, and then gonna move his hand away, and he's just gonna say, "You were a worthy opponent, friend. I shall see you in the next life." And that's it.
Well, that was interesting.
Interesting. Jesus, he's massive. He's a big boy.
Yeah, I don't know how we didn't notice him, to be honest. My bad.
I thought you was the ranger.
Yeah, me too.
How are you with bridges?
Oh God!
Yeah, I just walk over them generally.
Interesting. Can I do a quick scout ahead and kind of around the bushes and see if there's any more Cyclops heading this way?
Yeah, roll perception for me.
Nat 20, baby.
Ooh, nice. Yeah, so you can't see any other signs of any form of Cyclops coming towards you. You can see quite obviously the like trail that you've been following, the kind of charred trail that this creature has left behind. And as you kind of are scurrying around, you can hear what sounds like battle ringing out up ahead, further up the trail into the mountains.
Guys, I think we're good, but I think there's some kind of battle going on up ahead. Maybe it's the little shits. I've forgotten their actual name now, so that is what I'm going to refer to them as.
Endo ready.
Blaze is going to pull out his potion of greater healing and down that.
Yeah. I think Endo's gonna do that as well.
Yeah, probably good ideas.
44 plus 4. So 17. And walk back over and pick up my glaive.
Okay. Has anybody seen Gideon? I don't know. Was she harmed in the battle?
I feel like I can see Gideon on a nat 20. I just kind of look up.
Yeah, you can. But I was like looking around like. And
I just wave at Tide.
No, I've not seen her.
I feel like we should regroup and then head off. You said you could hear something up ahead?
Yeah, there's a fight. Some kind of fight.
Could it be the wizard that you guys were talking about?
Oh yeah, maybe actually. Maybe it's not the other guild. Oh, hi, Gideon. Didn't see you there.
Hi.
Oh, hi, hello. Are you okay?
Yeah, fine. Oh, I look normal again, by the way, because my form of dread only lasts for a minute.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I've stopped raging, so my tail's back in. I'm going to search the body.
Okay. Roll investigation for me.
Investigation. 19.
Yeah, so the Cyclops is wearing kind of very rough kind of leather underwear and a looks like fur cloak over its shoulders. The only thing that it has on its being that's of any interest, I guess, is a pouch full of rocks. It has nothing else at all.
Did the rocks look different, or do they just look like rocks?
They just
Do they look like
rocks.
they taste like sherbet?
They just look like rocks. They look like the kind of rocks that it would probably throw. Like, there's nothing special. They're not shiny or anything. They are just rocks.
Okay. Well then, I won't bother with those.
Shall we? Are we all good to head ahead? Do we need a minute or an hour? I feel like the battle won't last an hour.
I feel like we should probably, head off. Maybe just cautiously, very cautiously.
Yeah, maybe we could kind of keep to the trees, just under the trees, so we're not just like walking down the middle of the road.
Good plan.
Yeah, good plan.
Yeah. So as you all make your way along, kind of hugging the tree line, the trail kind of, from being a bit more well trodden, kind of fades out to being almost nothing, and it's just kind of Isla leading the way, able to spot this very basic trail now, and obviously being guided by the sounds of battle up ahead. Isla's kind of like swerving between trees and leading you up into the mountain. And I will put you on a different map. Boop. So as you start heading up the mountain, you come to a point. Can everybody see everything on this map? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Good. You come to a point and you can see up ahead that there is this creature, this humongous creature that looks like a mix of a snake and a dragon of some kind of almost backed up against a cliff wall. And you can see the bodies of several people around, and two people are actively fighting this creature that is lashing out at these people. Anybody who was with Nameless when they were throwing snowballs would recognize that this group that are fighting this creature are the group that you were fighting with the snowballs.
Yeah, I see that wizard.
Yep.
I see it.
Oh dear.
You do. As you kind of are still like hugging the trees, like obviously trying not to just rush out into the middle of a battle, you would notice that the creature kind of raises up as much as it possibly can. It does seem to be struggling. It does seem to be injured. It does have the shimmeriness of the scale and the piece of flesh that people were licking. And as it kind of like raises up, it almost takes a deep breath in, and as it exhales, this thin ray of like iridescent light fires out of its mouth and hits the wizard that you would know from when you were throwing snowballs at each other, and instantly disintegrates him.
Oh shit.
The remaining
Total photonic reversal.
yeah, the remaining kind of member of the group up here starts screaming at the top of his voice. Like it's just fear based. He is just absolutely letting out a yell of just pure terror and kind of drops to his knees and is shaking as this creature then kind of moves as quickly as it can, quite slowly actually, and gets to about here and then whips out with its tail and beheads him with its tail.
Well, I guess they're not a
That's easier
problem for us
tricks.
anymore.
Yep.
You are quite far back at the moment, so it has not, as far as you can tell, it has not yet noticed you. And
That'll
it's
teach them
been,
to chuck snowballs at people.
been being attacked, so it's kind of focused on that.
From our distance away, does it look like it's badly injured?
Roll perception for me. It definitely, you can tell by how it's moving, your knowledge of fighting and things like that, you can tell by how it's moving. It seems to be favouring certain parts, like where it's obviously injured, and you can see where it's lost some scales and there's big scratch marks and things that have been caused by its impact with the ground when it's been kind of dropping out of the sky and causing all these craters that you've seen as you've been climbing the mountain.
Yeah, quickly, Endo walks over to Tide, and he just says, "Tide, where is the sherbety skin?"
Why do you want it?
No, where is it though?
It's in my pocket.
Okay, take it out. Takes it out and puts it underneath your shirt and flattens it against your chest.
Why?
Because if it uses its laser beam thing, I assume it's not going to be able to damage its own flesh.
Ooh, how big is this piece of paper, Lynn? Which is what I prefer to think of it as.
It's like an A4 size, I guess.
Oh yeah, sure. I'll give myself a little A4.
It might help. I don't know. It might not be able to damage its own skin.
Yeah, I'll go for it. I'll put it underneath my cute armor.
What is the creature doing now that the other guilders are all dead?
The creature now seems to be kind of like it's not curled up, but it's kind of like curling in on itself, trying to look at where the wounds are, almost like licking its wounds. Every now and then it kind of looks up, like alert, like a meerkat, and is kind of like looking around and then kind of going back to what it was doing before. It's showing no interest in like the bodies of the dead creatures around it or anything. It's not eating them or anything like that. It purely is focused on itself and very alert for in case there's any more attacks coming. So kind of looking at it, you would not be able to surprise this creature probably.
Yeah.
And what are the elevations of like these ridges? Like, I'm assuming it's a bit of a climb going up each time.
Yeah. So each from this one, if I'm on the right layer, yes I am.
Yep,
this
you
is
are.
Probably like.
Yeah.
Thanks, Sam. Thank you.
DM solidarity.
Yeah. You are on the right layer. Celebrate that. This is probably like 15 foot, maybe.
Okay.
This one is a lot less. It is just like a couple of feet. And this is probably about 5-10 feet, maybe.
Okay.
And you can see that obviously there would be a path that kind of leads up onto it, like past the disintegrated wizard and up here.
What do you think, everybody? Do you think we should just say hello?
It did just evaporate someone.
Yeah, but we are fighting this creature. If we walk up and wave and say hello and tell them it's our names or introduce ourselves, it might not try and kill us. Just a thought. You said that the last dragon that you fought, you ended up having to run away from, but you spoke to. Endo didn't know that you could speak to dragons until you told him.
Uh,
I mean, you are the dragon expert, Isla. Maybe
don't-
you should go first.
Yeah.
Thanks, but I don't know if that even is a dragon. I will post what it actually looks like in the Discord because for some reason I don't have a handout. It looks a bit different to the dragon that I saw before, and I mean we can try and talk to it. I'm not the best talker though. I just find things. I'm a finder of things, and I found it. There it is.
We could try and stay out of sight, and I could try to magically talk to it.
Okay.
I mean, I could try and message. That's what I'm saying. I could, because I just have to point in something's direction. I mean, I guess we have to speak the same language. You can cast this spell through solid objects. If I know that the target is beyond the barrier, magical silence, 1 foot stone. Spell doesn't have to follow a straight line. Can follow. Yeah, it doesn't actually. I mean, it doesn't actually say that you have to speak the same language, but I mean, surely you do because I'm just whispering something to it, really. So.
You would think so, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, if we want to try and stay out of sight, but try and talk to it, I could try that. I don't know if it'll work.
Sure. Yeah. And Tad's going to just jump and hide.
And how close do you need to be to do that?
120 feet.
Oh, okay, not that close. That's
It's
good.
about this distance.
I suppose we could try and make it to this
Yeah.
ridge here. I hide under by the ridge.
Endo is going to attempt to go into stealth.
Yeah. So if people are wanting to sneak up to the ridge, then yeah, if you all roll stealth for me.
And this is the creature, right, that we need to kill.
Well, we don't know that for sure. Has it got wings? Does it look like it can fly? We know the thing we're after can fly.
You do know the thing that you're after can fly. Let me have a look at it. Yes, it does have wings.
Okay.
So I think those on the picture, I think up by its head.
Oh,
those
I can
black
see.
things that
Yeah,
are just,
yeah. Okay.
Oh wow. Okay.
Can Endo turn to Blaze and almost silently gesture, like pointing to his feet and his feet placement, and be like
No.
this?
No, because
damn.
you wouldn't. This is what we're talking. This is what we were talking about the other day. You
I
wouldn't
know.
that Blaze has failed his
I
stealth check.
know. I'm sorry. My bad.
That's
I was
meta.
totally meta in there. I'm sorry.
Yeah, as far as you're concerned, everybody is just sneaking up, so you wouldn't know that until Blaze
Yeah,
literally
yeah.
trips over a root and smacks his face on the floor and yells out, "Ow!" Then you wouldn't know that he is.
As far as I'm aware, everybody is invisible like
Yeah.
Endo.
So, Isla literally, as she walks past you, Gideon, even though you are looking at her, she is making no noise whatsoever. It's almost as if even the grass under her feet is not moving as she is making her way up to the ridge. She does it so silently. It's as if you can't even hear her breathing. You can hear nothing at all. It's as if she's disappeared, but you can see her, obviously. Everybody else kind of makes it up. Blaze, you don't quite manage it as stealthily as you would like. Let's just see whether my little dude notices. So as you kind of all make your way up, Blaze, you're kind of like stepping on rocks, like going over on your ankle a little bit, like, like trying to keep it quiet. But this creature is on high alert anyway. It's just been attacked. It is like looking around. You make a noise and it immediately kind of pops into like an upright position and is kind of scouring and focuses its eyes, not necessarily on you, but on this area of the map, I guess. And it is staring. So it hasn't spotted you alone. Like you are kind of still just able to make your way up to the ridge, but it is staring in that direction now. Any movement from there, it would attack. So Hannah, is Gideon wanting to attempt something here?
Yeah, so I'm gonna like point at it, and anybody who's close enough would see that like Gideon's arm is shaking a little bit as she points at this thing. And I'm gonna say hang on, what languages do I don't speak Celestial. I'm just gonna say in common, I'm gonna point at it and say hi, we don't mean you any harm. Are you okay? What happened at the village?
Okay. Let's have a little bit of a look here. No, I can't do that. Okay, so in response, you just hear a single word as the creature replies with trickery and is going to
No!
move to there. And then let me just check. Now you are undercover anyway, actually, so it's going to do this, but it's not going to actually hit you because you're obviously below where it hits. Mm-hmm. As it literally, it kind of slithers forward. It kind of attempts to fly, but then can't, so kind of drops back down to the floor, slithers forward, and projects this kind of solar flare from its eyes in this 60-foot cone that kind of burns away at the trees kind of above you here. Oh, hang on, I'm on the wrong thing. Here and here. And the guys that are obviously pressed up against the wall, you would feel this heat as it just kind of is just above you. This flame and radiant kind of explosion. And we are going to be in combat. Let me just remove turns before anybody rolls. There we go. And where is her?
I hadn't selected my token apparently. It was a 14.
Yep.
Always.
Ooh.
And Endo, yep. Okay. Yep, so could you roll, what have I just done? A d20, yep. To see who's going first. Tied. Okay.
Last again, yay!
Yeah, so this creature is going to... what is it going to do? Have a bit of a cry. How far away are people? Because it knows you're there. It's going to hold an action. Yeah.
It's not Welsh, is it?
It's going to hold its action.
Oh, I thought you said it's going to have an accent. I was like, oh. Okay.
Yeah.
That's why I said it's not going to be Welsh, is it? Welsh dragon.
Isla kind of is still with her back kind of pressed against the kind of cliff face, I guess. Is like looking around as this fire kind of finally stops above her. She's like, plan? Is there a plan? And she's also going to kind of like knock an arrow in her bow and have it pulled back ready. She's going to hold her action to attack with a longbow if she is told to do so. Gideon.
I'm just gonna shout. I'm just gonna say it. I'm not doing it with message.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say, I'm sorry. Please don't attack us. We think we have been tricked into thinking that you destroyed the village, but we don't think that's true.
Okay. Anything else?
I will. And I'm just gonna say we're not going to attack you, and kind of look around at everybody.
Okay, is that the end of your go?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, the creature is going to teleport.
Oh
Ah.
god.
Yeah. It has legendary actions.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Bye,
Endo.
guys.
Yeah. Endo's gonna walk out into the open. He's gonna put his arms up in the air. And he is just gonna say, "Hello! I'm Endo. We are nice people. I'm not going to attack you. I want to be your friend. You taste like sherbet."
Yes, that's a great way of making friends, Endo.
Yeah.
Is that everything from you, Endo?
That's everything. He's not even going to be defensive in any way. He's not going to show any sign of aggression.
Okay. The creature at the end of Endo's turn is going to lash out with its tail, and it is going to hit Gideon.
Sure.
16 to hit.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure that hit. Yeah, that hits.
That is 20 bludgeoning. As soon as it hits you, Isla is going to fire, assuming now that, you know, all bets are off, where she's not going to have it hitting you. So she has got her... I'm on the wrong thing, that's why. Tide, over to you.
Tide is going to let out a little scream, and then run over here. And then I'm gonna whisper towards Gideon Isla. I saw this happening before, and I'm gonna pull out my card from earlier and say, "The lovers." And you both gain 1d8 plus 4 temporary hit points.
Who was that for, sorry?
Isla and Gideon, they have to be within
nice.
5 feet of each other.
Okay.
So that's 12 temp HP
Oh, nice.
for each of them.
Okay.
And then I'm just gonna kind of... Can I see Gideon from there? With the big rock in the way?
Yeah, probably. It's not a humongous rock. It's not taller than her.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. I'm just gonna whisper, "Knit," and command her skin to knit and drop a second level healing word on Gideon.
Thank you.
Don't want to get any closer. But that's 7.
Okay. And is that everything for your turn?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay, it is going to teleport to here. And Blaze.
all right. Alrighty. Alrighty. I am going to regret this, but
Okay.
um,
That's a good way to start a turn. I'm going to regret this.
Oh boy.
all right. Hang on, let me get my distances right. Cool. So I'm going to move forward, and then as my bonus action, I am going to Misty Step
Okay.
try to be onto the back of the creature.
Okay.
Um,
Are you gonna lick him?
no. I am going to use my short sword and the axe to just try to hack into the side of its head.
Okay, so first I would say roll me an athletics, I guess, to see whether you can stay on its back as you
Athletics
cast
or
your Misty Step.
acrobatics?
Okay, acrobatics. Yeah, go acrobatics. See whether you can stay on its back as you kind of appear from your Misty Step.
Oh, come on!
Okay, yep. So it's kind of this creature is kind of flailing all over the place.
Should try acrobatics.
It's kind of panicked. You know, it's like lashing out like. So you're just not able, even though you predict where you're going to end up. By the time you've got there, it's just you just fall to the floor. But you are stood up. You're still like stood, ready to attack if you wanted to do so.
All right, so just sort of like in.
You're just kind of in the middle of it, yeah, like in the middle of this coil of like snakiness.
I knew I should have saved the Misty Step to get away. That was why I was like, which way to do it? All right, still then just going to like try to hack and slash.
Yep.
With the short sword and axe. Shots on. 24.
A 24 is a hit, yes.
And that would have, I'm assuming, sneak attack because Endo.
Yes,
there.
Endo's right there, yep. So
I'm not
you're
ignore
not
the rage.
raging.
I've got
Yep,
to turn that
so
off.
it's just 10.
I'm
Yep.
turning that off right now. Have I rage?
Oh, that is just your normal shot. So
Yeah. So
actually,
10, and then back down with my axe. Ooh.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
What's your max damage with that?
It is 1d6 plus 2.
So 8 plus your sneak. Your max damage on your sneak is a d6, isn't it? So is it?
Would I get the sneak? I've already just used
Oh,
it.
you've
Would I
used your
earn-
sneak. You've used sneak. Sorry,
Yeah.
and then your roll. We'll go with the.
Am I what? Sorry.
The damage roll. I need to add that on as well.
Sorry.
Yeah. Oh my god! What the hell? What did I just press? I don't know what that was. That was weird. Another 6. Okay. And anything else?
I guess I'm going to try to press up and under his body as much as I can, so I'm sort of out of view of its head.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I'm trying to now hide amongst all of its coils as much as I can.
Yeah. Okay. So onto its turn. So anybody that is within 10 feet of my little creature, so that would be Blaze because he is literally in it. And Endo, I need you to make a Constitution save, please. Okay. So, Blaze, you are absolutely fine. Endo, this kind of creature is literally surrounded by like searing light almost, and because you're so close to it, it's almost like it's burning into your skin, and you're going to take 10 radiant damage.
Owie!
And then it is going to make its attacks. So it's going to bite at Endo with a 25 to hit.
Please hold on a minute, because I was just removing some health, and if I haven't actually attacked, I get the creature gets disadvantage if I'm not mistaken. Hold on, I've just got to find it. There we are. Once per turn, you can deal this. Additionally, attacks made against you before you have taken a turn in combat have disadvantage.
Okay. Let's have a look then. So roll again. 22 to hit.
Yep.
Okay, so that's 16 piercing damage from a bite.
Yep.
And then because it can't quite like reach around to get to Blaze because he's kind of up and under it, its tail's going to kind of whip up and make some attacks with its tail. A 14 to hit Blaze. Yep.
That does hit.
It does hit. Okay, that's 20 bludgeoning.
Jesus.
And then another one, 19 to hit.
Well, we know that does.
Another 20 bludgeoning.
And I'm down.
Isla is going to look at Gideon, panicked, and be like, I don't think this is going that well. And then she is going to cast. Yeah, she's going to Hunter's Market and attack with her longbow. Is a miss. Okay, that's a miss. Isla looks very panicked. Gideon.
Oh yeah, okay. I am going to step around this rock, and I am going to, in a straight line, this way, cast lightning bolt. It's a dex save 15.
Okay. Dex save.
I think I've probably got disadvantage on that, seeing as I'm like dead.
Yeah.
Well, I'm assuming it is so big that I could do it in a way that, because it's only a 5-foot line, isn't it?
Oh, okay. So you think it just hit the edge of it rather than
Yeah,
hit poor Blaze.
So a miss Blaze.
Okay, I got a 26.
Still takes half damage.
Okay, yeah.
So 14.
Oh, nice. Yep. Okay.
And then I am going to. What am I going to do as a bonus action? I should have cast Hex first, and I didn't. Yeah, I'm just gonna move like 5 feet, didn't I? So I'm gonna run over here and just like use my spider climb slippers to like just get over the edge.
Yep.
Of the thing and try and get a little bit out of its eye line.
Okay. Endo.
Yeah, Endo's going to go straight into his little sumo stance, squat down, use a key point for implacable stance, and then he is going to beat down on this thing like it's going out of fashion.
Mm-hmm. What's your max damage?
1d6 plus 6.
Nice and low.
12. Yep, and then roll damage.
And no, it's not someone to be messed with.
Okay, yep.
And then he's going to hit again.
Yep. That's a miss.
With the first one hitting, am I able to attempt a grapple?
No, because you've hit again, so you've hit
Right,
again and
right.
missed.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. Can I get in and amongst the thing so that I can be stood near Blaze? Because I'm assuming I'm not gonna get an attack of opportunity if I'm going towards the creature, like intertwined within its like sherbety goodness.
What I would say is it probably wouldn't allow you to get in amongst it because it's
Right,
now it is
right.
focused on you now. It's obviously taken Blaze out and attacked you once, so
Right.
it would be fit. The only reason Blaze got in there was because obviously he teleported effectively, so it didn't know that it was going to be doing that. Whereas if you
No,
started trying
that's
to get
fine.
underneath it, then it would move to try and it's got legendary actions to be able to do that. So
Yeah. There is something weird going on with my health because it's not. I don't know what it says to other people, but on my screen it says that I'm 44 out of 53 or something. When I'm actually not. I'm 18 out of 69. So I don't know what's going on with that.
I don't know. Mine says 18 on my screen. So.
Oh, good. At least yours says the same thing. That's fine. That's fine. That's that.
Sorry, I didn't quite catch that. Did you say that's everything?
Yeah, that's everything.
Okay. Okay. Tide.
Tide is going to. I can see the guy, right? I mean, I can see he's massive. I can see him through this.
See
branch.
who? Sorry, Blaze.
Blaze. Well, both of them, Blaze and the big boy, big dragony boy.
Oh yeah. You can see. Yeah, Blaze is kind of like laid, kind of on the or crumpled, I guess, on the floor, and the creature's kind of tail is like around it, or body and tail is kind of around it, but you can make him out.
Right. I'm just gonna shout at the I'm gonna shout at the dragon. I'm gonna say, "You taste sweet, but your personality is sour." And cast Vicious Mockery.
Nice.
Okay. Wisdom.
And
27 was my.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great. I'm gonna again. I'm gonna whisper to my little spirits, rekindle, and send a spirit towards Blaze and give him a second level healing word. I'm really running out of spells.
Oh.
A 9.
Okay.
And then how far down is this? Is this the 15-foot one?
No, this was the 15-foot one. So this probably around like 10 feet, maybe.
10. 5, 10. I'm just going to come and hide up here. And I'm done.
Okay. Blaze, you are back in the land of the living with 9 HP.
I am. And I will rage.
Okay.
This is gonna be risky. I will rage and take my. Where is it? What's it called? Why is nothing moving? My form of the beast of bite.
Okay.
And my a giant pair of like mandibles will form out of my mouth, huge fangs, and I'm just going to turn into this, lean into this thing and bite it.
You want some of the sherbety goodness?
I want some of the sherbety goodness. So I'm going to grab it with my hands and be like,
Yay!
Oh no.
No.
You're not having much luck, are you, today? Yeah, that's a miss, unfortunately. This creature
Does
is
a
kind of
bite
flailing around.
count as one turn?
Does a bite
Do I
count as
still
one
get
turn?
2 attacks per turn?
Don't form of the beast actually class as a bonus action to bite? Or am I wrong?
I don't know. Let me have a move.
So you would, like, if I'm not mistaken, because it works like a
No,
lizard
bite
person.
is just is an action. Piercing. No,
So
just as it-
yeah, so it's one action. So it classes as an action. So I guess because you get attacks per action too. Yeah, so you get another bite.
So I will attempt to bite it again. Come on, bite.
That's
11
a
will
miss,
still
I'm
miss. All right. I wanted some of that healy goodness.
I have a toothless cat, and I'd just like to say that when you tickle her belly, and she tries to nom on you with no teeth, I feel like that's what this dragon's going through right now.
Just gummy.
Yeah, he's just kind of flailing around a lot, so like you're just not able to get a good nom on him.
Yeah,
Yeah, is that everything?
that is everything.
Okay, it's my boy's turn.
Going down again.
So again, can I have a Constitution save for anybody that is within 10 feet of him? So that is Endo and Blaze.
Oh my god.
God,
Oh,
Blaze.
you.
Okay, Endo, you are fine. Blaze, can you take 10 radiant damage, please?
Oh, it had to be 10, didn't it?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh, no!
I know.
And I'm down again.
And then the creature is going to. It's looking more and more frenzied now.
If I'd got a bite in, that wouldn't have knocked me down.
I know. As it kind of is lashing out. It's going to lash out at Endo with its attacks because he is. Oh, hang on. Can it reach? It can reach her. Okay, so it's going to bite at Endo. A 23 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit, so I'll use a 1d8 to reduce the damage.
So it's going to be 19 damage. 19 piercing damage.
Is that with
That's with
minus
the reduction.
6?
Yep.
Right, yeah. Okay, Endo is down.
And then it's going to lash out twice at Isla, who it can reach with its tail. They both hit her. So she has got the temp hit points. So she's now lost those and lost that and then lost that. Isla's looking a little bit ropey. She's going to... Oh, she hits. She doesn't get a sneak attack 'cause, you know, the people around him are dead. And it's 8, and then she's going to bonus action. Just mark for another 6. It's looking really ropey now. Gideon. Do something, Gideon.
Just remember your field of fire, okay? Jesus.
Yeah, I'm going to. I'm gonna twin spell Eldritch Blast, so that's
Oh, shit.
4 Eldritch Blasts.
Okay, yep. That's a miss.
Fuck's sake, come on. Nat 20.
Hey, what's your max damage?
10.
Plus.
And then one more.
Yep.
Does that hit?
Oh, no, that's a miss. It's looking really bad now. It's really, really bad.
Hang on. No, that's not everything. Oh, he's next to the initial. Is it worth my last 2 sorcery points of the day? That's the question.
It is, to describe how it is, it's barely holding itself up now. It can it's barely lifting its head from the floor. It's kind of really
Crushing
Oh,
Blaze.
hold on a
Crushing
minute.
Blaze.
What? Yeah, what the hell do you mean? Is it worth your last 2 sorcery points? Is Blaze's and Endo's life worth your last 2? Yes, they are. Jesus.
Yeah, but what if we fight something else today and I need sorcery points?
I don't care. I have chunk points. Let's do this.
What's the plan, Gideon?
Do you want Gideon? Would do Gideon?
If it's looking that rough, I think I would leave it for somebody else to finish off. I'm sorry, and I'm going to drop down here and hide.
Yeah. Okay. Endo, can you put yourself onto Whisper on Beyond 20 and do your death save?
I'll try and remember how. Oh
It's
god.
the little dice at the top.
At the top of what?
So next to where your web address bar is, there's a little dice that says Beyond 20. It's got a B in it.
Oh. Yeah.
You just put it to always whisper.
Whisper. Always whisper. Okay. And where the hell am I? Oh, there I am. Right, what am I rolling? Oh god. I don't do this very often. What am I supposed to roll?
It should just be up near the healing.
Oh, yeah, in the middle where it says success and failures.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. And Tide.
My Tide's eyes are going to glow bright white, and I'm just going to throw my arms out, and 3 spectral tides are going to go flying out at Endo, Blaze, and Isla. And I'm going to cast Aid just at 2nd level, and all of them gain 5 HP and 5 max HP. So basically, everyone gets 5 healing.
Okay.
Guys,
You're back in the
are
land
we
of
nearly
the living
done?
again. Anything else?
Yeah, I'm going to pull out one more card from my deck.
Mm-hmm.
And pray for something useful. 5. I'm done.
Okay. Blaze, you're back in the land of the living again.
Yeah, script biting. I'm going to pick up again with me, try to stand up with my short sword and axe.
Yep.
And I'm just going to start trying to lean in and wail into this thing. 19.
Oh, nearly. There's a miss though.
Oh my god! Come on. I don't want to click the button.
Oh.
18.
No!
Come on, the good rolls.
Oh.
And then Blade's going to lay back down again. Tired from constantly hitting the floor.
Oh lord. Was that everything?
I will rage one more time.
Mm-hmm.
Taking the form of the tail.
Okay. Is that everything? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Constitution threat save.
Yeah. Endo and Blaze. What is this, Gideon?
What are you doing, Gideon?
Right
I was just saying something.
Oh crap! Yeah, no, I'm still on whisper.
Yep.
That's not
It was
good.
a
I'm
5.
down.
They're both not good. 10 damage to both.
Yeah, I'm
Come on,
down.
guys.
As
And
the
I'm down.
creature is
I mean, I might as well leave it on
to-
whisper. I was just going to take it off.
Yeah, is going to move. It's going to go to here.
Oh.
Bite at Tide.
Does it go for his chest?
Does the 30 hit?
30?
Jesus.
Fucking hell.
You mean 13? A 13 misses, Lynn, thanks.
Yeah, what about a 3-0?
Yeah, that hits. That definitely hits.
Just.
Yeah, just.
What about with his sherbet plating? Does it help?
No, that's 21 piercing damage.
21.
Yeah, 2-1. Yeah.
Solid, excellent, marvellous, wonderful. Yep.
He's taking it in his stride. I love you.
Then I'm gonna actually move there, and then I'm gonna lash out at Isla and Tide again. 28 hit Tide.
Yep.
9
Solid.
bludgeoning.
9.
9. Yep.
Oh, pathetic.
And 14 on Isla. Isla is going to. Endo, you're on 5, yes?
Endo's on nothing because I
you're on
just
nothing.
got.
Oh, because you've
Yeah.
still got 5 on you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you need to try and keep your.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I apologise.
Right.
There you go.
Isla's going to rush up and cast Cure Wounds on Endo.
Where have you been all this time, Isla?
I have 3 spell slots, okay? For 3 healing points.
Yeah.
And that is.
I've killed bigger on less.
She's then going to move to here and hide because she has cunning action, so she is going to use a bonus action to hide.
Sensible.
She's scared. She doesn't like this. Gideon.
I am going to put my hood up, not do my form of dread. I am going to walk with my spider climbing slippers vertically up this thing.
Like thingy in Labyrinth.
Oh.
Yes, exactly what I was going for.
Yes.
Exactly.
They are getting plugged this evening, them spider slippers.
Yeah. Shout out to Adrian. I am going to go to where have I just measured it that is not close enough to Tide. There. And I'm going to stretch out both of my arms, close my eyes, and big black like tendrils come flying out of me and batter everything within 10 feet of me. I'm going to cast Arms of Hadar at 2nd level. It is a strength save.
Strength save. Okay. Let's have a look. 18.
Saves, but it takes half damage.
Yep.
4. Please be enough. That was such a terrible roll. Yes!
Yeah.
As you kind of flail about with these these things, it kind of hits into it, and this creature kind of crumbles down in on itself and then starts to glow, and the glow gets brighter and brighter and brighter.
Oh,
To
sweet
the
shit.
point where it's literally blinding. You kind of like, you're all kind of putting your hands over your eyes as all you can see is white now. Like you cannot make out any trees, you can't make out the sky, you can't make out anything. And then it feels like there is almost like you're falling and spinning in just this whole white nothingness.
What?
And that continues for quite a while, to the point where you're kind of reaching out to like your other friends, trying to like grasp at them, and can't. They seem too far away. You can't even see them. You can't hear anything except like whooshing. And then it stops. And you find yourself stood on the mountainside with the creature gone and everything as it was, as far as you can tell.
And I immediately rush over. Oh, fuck it. I'm just going to cast aid again because God knows what's
No,
going
no,
to happen.
no, 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 no. Endo stops you very, very quickly. He grabs you and he just passes you a healing potion.
Are you not
A
down?
great. What?
No, I got him. Isla got him up.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
look up. Yep.
3.
I've got 2 greater healing potions, so I just pass you one of those. Say, here you go, Tide. Give him this. Don't
Yeah.
use your magics. We might need it.
Shove it in Blaze's mouth.
Who rolls that?
You can if you want. It's just a potion of greater healing, so it's a 4d4 plus 4.
Yeah. 16.
I would like everybody to roll perception, please.
Ooh.
He's still on Whisper, Endo.
Oh, well, that's 24.
But that's a good roll.
Yeah, I feel like even though Endo probably looks like Rocky Balboa at the moment, you know, unable to see out of his eyes or anything, he comes and gets a 24 perception.
Okay, so everybody would kind of notice as you look around, you would notice that one, the body of the creature that you were fighting has disappeared. As you look further around, trying to like, because you feel a little bit sick, you've just been kind of spun around, you know, like everything was a little bit weird. As you kind of like look around more, the bodies of the adventuring guild that you were in the kind of race with, I guess, are also gone. The night sky above you is kind of cloaked now with these heavy grey clouds that weren't there before. And as you kind of like look around, down below you can see that a light rises from where Fulton would have been. But it looks like a bigger town than that. It doesn't look the same size as it was before.
Oh.
And Blaze, Gideon, Endo, you three, as you're kind of like just looking around trying to figure it out, you kind of glance up at the sky, and as the clouds start to kind of move out the way a little bit, you can see glimpses of the stars. And I'd like you all to roll me a survival check, please. Or the 3 people that I mentioned, the 3, so Blaze, Endo, and Gideon. Okay. Blaze and Gideon. Like, Endo, you're like, ooh, stars, pretty. Blaze and Gideon, as you kind of like look up, these stars are arranged completely differently from the constellations that you know. You don't know where you are. These skies are not the skies that were above you when you fought that creature. They're not the skies that are normally above you when you're in Daggerford. What do you do?
I'm just going to look at everybody else to see if anybody else has clocked that or is looking at the stars.
I know I passed out a few times, but did we travel somewhere while I was out?
I don't know. It felt like Endo was moving, but all I saw was whiteness, Blaze.
Because this sky is all wrong.
What do you mean it's wrong?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, so now now your attention's
talking
been
about?
drawn to it, especially Tide, who is all very spiritual and, you know, you would definitely notice that the stars are wrong tied. You would be like, yeah, that's not right. Like, that is completely not right.
Oh my God, the constellation of Virgos and Orion have moved.
They're
They've
not
shifted.
even there.
They're not even there. They're gone.
They've gone. They've completely gone.
What is you all talking about? They're just stars. They're the stars that we always see.
No,
What's wrong?
it's where are we? Do I have any idea where we are? Do I recognise any of these constellations? If it's canon that I'm spiritual and into stars now, then
No, you wouldn't recognize any of. Oh, would you?
Would I?
Roll
I can
me
roll.
a survival again.
Well, I didn't get to roll
Oh, you
last
didn't get to
time.
roll last time. Come on, do good.
It's a 10.
Oh, okay, no, you don't. That's not good. Maybe you don't know anything about stars. Maybe they're just on the back of your tarot cards and you have no idea what they mean.
He is a master
I know,
of bullshit.
I know.
As you're kind of like looking around, though, like you're looking up at the stars, kind of looking around. Can everybody roll me another perception?
I'm so anxious you're going to say initiative again
I know.
every time.
Be calm, be calm. Oh, Gideon, you are traumatized, aren't you, by that battle?
Yeah, freaked out by the stars.
You're like the stars. That's all it was. Okay, so Endo is very perceptive right now.
Endo's nervous because he don't understand why people are saying that these aren't the right stars. So
Endo, because they're like looking up at the stars and going, "Oh, these are the wrong stars," and you don't get what they're talking about. You're not listening anymore. You've zoned out. You're like, "I don't know what they're on about," and you're too busy looking.
but I can
the
see
actual
they're
ground.
panicked, and that's panicking me. Yes.
Yeah. So you looked at the actual ground, right, where your feet are planted firmly. Like that's what you know. You know the solidness of the ground.
Yep.
But as you're kind of looking around, this is a different ground. Like, it's more lush. The greens are greener, and where you can see down the mountain where you came up through the forest, it's more heavily forested. And there's brambles and multicoloured flowers that you've never seen before. You've never seen them on your travels. You've never seen them in the garden at the HQ. You have no idea what these flowers are.
Okay, everybody. I don't know anything about stars, and they look just the same to me. But look at all these flowers, and look down the hill that we came up. There's a lot more trees and things. It all looks a lot more like vibrant and alive. It looks nice and pretty, but the floor doesn't feel right.
Does the landscape itself look the same as the land that we were on?
So you are still on a mountain.
Yeah.
But the mountain does not look identical to the Thunder Peaks that you were in before.
Okay.
Like, it is a mountain still. You're on a mountainside. But as your attention is drawn to it, you can see that everything is just off. Like, it doesn't look exactly the same. The mountain looks slightly different. The town that you can see in the distance that would have been Falton looks different. It looks bigger. It looks quite vibrant. There's a lot of light coming from it. Whereas obviously having travelled through the little fishing village, that actually it was pretty much destroyed when you travelled through there. So
Maybe can I sniff for sherbet? See if it's like a plain thing.
I never thought you'd say that. Can I sniff for sherbet?
Like, maybe the upper planes smell like sherbet if everything tastes like sherbet. Can I sniff for sherbet?
Yes. I guess roll me a perception.
Sure. Oh, for God's sake.
See if the plants taste like
So
sherbet.
you kind of sniff around, like you can smell the sherbet from the weird armor that you tried giving yourself, because you
yeah.
still have that like pressed against your skin. But as you're kind of like sniffing around a little bit more, trying to ignore that, Endo smells a bit like sherbet.
Oh,
I what?
I'll look under.
What,
She tastes
what
like
are you
sherbet.
doing, Tide? Why are you licking me? What is happening?
Shush, shush! I'm investigating.
Roll investigation then.
I can imagine him doing that as well, like Tide's avatar, eyes closed, ears pointed up, one hand, one paw up in the air, going shush,
Shush,
shush.
shush, no.
I'm investigating.
He tastes salty, like sweat
Oh, no, not you.
Ugh.
and blood,
Hmm.
I guess.
Why did you lick me for? What was
smell-
that for?
You smell like sherbet, but you taste
Like
sour,
Endo.
salty. Yes,
What do you mean I smell like sherbet? I don't smell like sherbet.
you do. Smell your wrist. I like push your wrist into your nose. Sniff.
Okay, Endo just takes a big sniff.
Roll perception. You do smell like sherbet.
Yeah, immediately Endo just goes, ooh, and then starts licking, but it doesn't taste like sherbet. I'm
Roll
assuming.
investigation.
Oh my god! How did we get here?
Drugs.
You can like, you do taste quite salty and a bit of like iron from the blood, but you can taste something a little bit sweet, but you're not sure that it is sherbet.
Looking at each other, do we look the same?
Yeah. So as you look around, you all look as you did before. You're all as injured as you were before the battle. Like nothing seems to have changed looking at each other.
I feel like we just need to explore, guys. Go down to the
Yeah, maybe we should.
weirdly big town.
Yeah.
Well, do we want to go to the big town? We don't know where we are. We don't know if the town's friendly.
Hmm. We don't know if he
And
is friendly.
I am not doing so great.
Well, maybe we could rest here and then.
Or sort of like, what if we can't, like, if we try to hide and camp up here until we feel a bit more rested and better in the morning, and we can investigate.
Endo can make some food if we have like rations and some things. I don't think it's going to be anything better than just a hot meal, but
Yeah, that could be good.
Yeah,
could camp here.
Isla kind of nods and immediately starts kind of like shrugging her pack off her shoulder, taking out her bedroll and things.
maybe if we all like huddle up toward this area over here, and he just walks over, it might give us a little bit of cover in case any other things turn up and try and get us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would maybe suggest a watch as well, just in case. I don't mind taking first.
Okay. I'll go second.
Do we need any more, or are we good? I could have
Like-
Eddie take a watch.
Okay. I think
She's
that'll be
very
enough though.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. And you all kind of settle down, get your bedrolls out. And that is where we will end today's session. You can all take a long rest.
Whoa, definitely did
Lord.
that.